you stand? Tell me, where do you stand? Hey, who's on your who's side? Who's on your who's side?
Tell me where you stand today. Hey, hey.
Hey, I'm on your who's side. I'm on your who's side. Where do you stand? Tell me, where do you stand? Hey, who's on your who's side? Who's on your who's side?
Tell me where you stand today. Hey, hey.
Hey, I'm on your who's side. I'm on your who's side.
Remember me, underneath when I close my eyes. Look at me here, you say alright. Now take off your disguise. I'm willing to walk, yeah, bold with you. Put all my chips on your side just to show you where I apply. I don't believe in beginner's luck, but things are time to chance. Got a fresh new day, check it, I'm washing my hands. Learned about inspire entries, so it's double or nothing. I pull off a double stack of now that's not the Wendy's. And you stakes get higher when you're betting on black. I'm with the Mishka Cup, Robo, staying with next 86 and shine my year if I'm not on the winning team. To watch one who reigns supreme and not highly esteemed. Nothing but the best for his guests when the table is set. I wanna be part of this game so I can take a bite and finally get some rest. He'll be fast in a hot night through butter and it's gonna intensify. I know whose side I'm on, the cloud with shiny ooh in the sky.
Where do you stand? Tell me, where do you stand? Hey, who's on your who's side? Who's on your who's side?
Tell me where you stand today. Hey, hey.
Hey, I'm on your who's side. I'm on your who's side. Where do you stand? Tell me, where do you stand? Hey, who's on your who's side? Who's on your who's side?
Tell me where you stand today. Hey, hey.
Hey, I'm on your who's side. I'm on your who's side. There ain't many who will stand on your who's side. Kill the flesh, this mission here is suicide. Gotta sell, don't mind dying in them, so I can rise in them. Don't duck and hide with, or start outshining them. Bring our ruler, took a shot to the dark. Y'all set us up on the hill, ain't hard to see the waves from the Shamash. When it's on top, they don't like that. Hey, what they don't like that. Who's demons, Allah, He-Man, who gon' fight back? Yeah, let us replicate, knock 'em, y'all, he set the standard. They had tools, we got our tools. They had swords, we got them hammers equipped and ready to feel. We ain't taking no losses all day. Pull the trunk, call it, build up the wall. And either you with us or against us. You a error, you a terrorist. Make your mind up on title. I'm your hootie, no kind of. Roll with us or get rolled over when we come through your city. Make a decision, how long will you halt between two opinions? I'm ready. Where do you stand? Tell me, where do you stand? Hey, who's on your who's side? Who's on your who's side?
Tell me where you stand today. Hey, hey.
Hey, I'm on your who's side. I'm on your who's side. Where do you stand? Tell me, where do you stand? Hey, who's on your who's side? Who's on your who's side?
Tell me where you stand today. Hey, hey.
Hey, I'm on your who's side. I'm on your who's side. You can run the streets, but for me, it's guitar. You can walk and not agree, but for me, it's guitar. You can get your feet, but for me, it's guitar. It's guitar, it's guitar, but for me, it's guitar.
You can roll for creeps, but for me, it's guitar. You can smoke that weed, but for me, it's guitar. You can miss the feast, but for me, it's guitar. It's guitar, it's guitar, but for me, it's guitar.
You can pull them drinks, but for me, it's guitar. Be a liquor, turn your cheek, but for me, it's guitar. Fall asleep while I preach, yeah, for me, that's guitar. Be a Aki who was weak, you can do it, but I'ma tell you about me. Lord, I'm snack on no track, I'm missing them all. I have to relax and get in the bar. But one broken, I'm missing the car. You can dance off, but for me, it's guitar. If you don't know what it is, guitar, the offering word for sin. Y'all redeem me, not one of them. We should call you who has been. Nah, you can go to church, but for me, it's guitar. On Shabbat, you can't go work, but for me, it's guitar. Chew your dirt and midnight ramble, but for me, it's guitar. Till your hurt your soul, you gamble, but for me, it's guitar. You can run the streets, but for me, it's guitar. You can walk and not agree, but for me, it's guitar. You can get your feet, but for me, it's guitar. It's guitar, it's guitar, but for me, it's guitar.
You more to produce more living.
You can run the streets, but for me, it's guitar. You can walk and not agree, but for me, it's guitar. You can get your seat, but for me, it's guitar. It's guitar, it's guitar, but for me, it's guitar.
You can rub a crease, but for me, it's guitar. You can smoke that weed, but for me, it's guitar. You can miss the feast, but for me, it's guitar. It's guitar, it's guitar, but for me, it's guitar. Yeah.
Give you a little bit. Motivation. Motivation for the soul. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die, still ended up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul. Principle of truth and war. His law is my goal. I'm so glad to be in the number one more time. One more time. Should be 6 feet deep where the sun don't shine. Yo, you can only spare my KE just one more time. And I'm forever grateful. Good and faithful. I wasn't always so deep. Sometimes I always they were hateful. Then I turned you all a hate. It's not for real, it was painful. Now my cup up on the cold. Plus I keep me a grateful. Son, eat the whole roll, and the sinners entice thee. Please don't go home. Let destruction come up on me quick and I be found with Qatar. She'll be my punishment. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die, still ended up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul. Principle of truth and war. His law is my goal. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die, still ended up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul. Principle of truth and war. His law is my goal.
Barack is not what rain, they words ago, they motivate. Big knee, they hate before, but look, now they got more to hate. Look at my Elohim, and trust me, get ain't no debate. Look like you show your face, that 40 count, you know your face. Gates you need to know your face, got racks on dick, got motivate. Same crackers cut the deck, I serve the one, he hold the ace. It's Kanye in the yard, it's blood for blood, I sold it. Pull off and deep the frost, you who this is all the tape. If niggas disobey, then show me how I go to 8. Let's circumcise the law, you with me now, let's go to 8. Look up the pay for sin, so trust me now, you know the rate. Crackers, you gon' motivate, the bar gon' make you fold a break.
Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die, still ended up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul. Principle of truth and war. His law is my goal. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die, still ended up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul. I gotta keep on pressing. No, my time is imminent. Going, I'll be lying. Purpose all really far. Gotta meet my maker. I don't wanna be the new guitarist. I'll be catching out of the shop with hood mothers and all the songs. Son, eat the whole roll, and if sinners entice thee, please don't go home. Let destruction come up on me quick and I'll be found with guitar. She'll be my punishment. Motivation for my soul. I don't wanna die, still ended up in Sheol. Motivation for my soul. Principle of truth and war. His law is my goal.
Beat ain't making
Times out of 10, you niggas gon' hate. 9 times out of 10, you can't even relate. 9 times out of 10, the love you show is fake. I'm coming for everything I deserve or I'ma take, because I'ma serve you rule. Let's be honest, ain't nobody true. We running up, we got the drugs, and I fuck about was our influence. They said I'm walking out pattern in the bar, and who battle with. We not the same, I'm sorry, but no, not really, cause we rockin' average. Oh man, nah, see, that's why all y'all mad. Oh man, nah, see, that's why all y'all mad. Oh man, makes sense, that's why all y'all mad. Oh man, makes sense, that's why all y'all mad. I get up my shit, come out, we on top, but we not in the mountains. They were thirsty with flow, coming to me, and watch how I open the fountain. When it comes to the hits, I'm consistent. Ain't it better you grab with some different. And no love and no risk, and they're the ones who gon' be swimming with dishes. money mode. We were the people who chose. Ice on my all of my wrist was swollen. You up in here now, watch me go bowling. You don't get shot if you open your mouth. So this what your hoodie's about. I suggest a safer route. This verse was a quickie, I'm in and I'm out. Ain't no debate, I'm a surgeon. Let's be honest, ain't nobody true. We run it up, we got dirt. And our father was our fraud. They said I'm out, I died. The ball, I hit when we battle it. We not the same, I'm sorry, but no, not really. But you up average. All man, now I see. That's for all y'all man. All man, make sense. That's for all y'all man. All man, now I see. That's for all y'all man. All man, make sense. That's for all y'all man. Okay, jump your God to break them out. I'm lucky supreme but now. Breathe this hard that made me around. These haters once get seen about. About my family, we go mine. But that shop was ain't a lie. We gon' walk the streets of gold. What we call that freedom time. Got the kid who rock or die. Hit the rock when we collide. Sold my soul, but sold it out. See the flesh is perfect now. Haters like the pop a lot. But yet they hate the parking lot. Get the bar, my heart a lot. Thrice a week we spend the guard. Still you send us hawking out. Miss for cut, we all we got. On my law, yeah, on my arm. Rock my teeth, that's all my law. On my arm, we on the lot. Our arms are locked, that's 45. Send the same, they all should die. Talk a lot to all should die. 9 times out of 10, you niggas gon' hate, don't hate. 9 times out of 10, you can't relate, you can't relate. 9 times out of 10, the love you show is fake. I'm pulling for everything I deserve, but I'ma take it because I'ma serve your hood. Let's be honest, ain't nobody true. We run it up, we got dirt, and our forefather was our fool. They said I'm rockin', I patted it. The ball, I know when we battle it. We not the same, sorry, but no, not really, but we gon' average. Oh man, now I see. That's for all y'all man. Oh man, makes sense. That's for all y'all man. Oh man, now I see. That's for all y'all man. Oh man, makes sense. That's for all y'all man. Hey. She gave me first. That's the cool. I do for picking me up from the moon. Please keep us on true. It's a comfort too. Now I'm at you. Tell me what's your desire. Isn't you who was empire? You're trying to get it right for forever. You're so be on fire. When you should come back. Tell me where you gon' be at. When you should come back. Tell me where you gon' be at. Tell me what's your desire. Isn't you who was empire? You're trying to get it right for forever. You're so be on fire. When you should come back. Tell me where you gon' be at. When you should come back. Tell me where you gon' be at. You living life trying to get a whole rock. What's your problem to dissolve on the fade away? I'm just living to die, and you call it a rise, and it be your Lord. I'm seeing who was placed. Your way is the pain that you lack. Your reward can be based on your actions. Rather than from the world to the entity, and anything that don't fit is subtracted. I know it might sound me, but they ain't average. And that was my man on the cheat catch it. If you don't eat a salvation, it's an answer your question. Doesn't matter if it's worth to wanna test them. Every day must examine yourself. Your who wants birthday won't take nothing less. At the Yahoo 1347, you work 50, tell you how y'all come up with that. Other thing which I spoke on than you. Add it up, cause this is the sum. I run the heart name you who should use. That shot might even sit on the right hand of the throne. Ain't coming back for no sinner man and no sinner woman. Better turn from your wrong. Cause in a while he gon' crack the cloud. And I know this Gaddafi gon' take his own. Let me know. Tell me what's your desire. Isn't you who was empire? People trying to get it right for forever. You're so be on fire. When you wish you come back. Tell me when you gon' be at. When you wish you come back. Tell me when you gon' be at. Tell me what's your desire. Isn't you who was empire? People trying to get it right for forever. You're so be on fire. When you wish you come back. Tell me when you gon' be at. When you wish you come back. Tell me when you gon' be at. Cinnamon. Tell me where you gonna run to. Bet you escape cause the hour don't done. On top of that it's undo. You ain't right, keep it willing when he come through. But in turn for you bro, never come through. Just like a thief in the night, he was taking your life. But he gon' bring you the freedom on the no truth. Everybody knows others are real. But our greatest captivity sin. Better break the chain and let go. But wake up and bring check the trust that they had to sin. Yeah, take it to be just like medicine. To increase your nervous so this place you win. It ain't giving the strong, it ain't giving the sport. But it's out of this one when you walk to the end. Better hold on, it'll all be worth it when we go home. You knew it was weak, so we both understand he was so strong. Your choice is not cool for the fire. Your work gon' show what you desire. By living life of sin, when you hold it up and he can take you higher. Tell me what's your desire. Picture your who's empire. You're trying to get it right for forever.
That's right. And the way you gonna be at. Come back. And the way you gonna be at. Put some cookies on the screen or something. So you can set the atmosphere. I need y'all too.
I need y'all. More than anything else, man, I need y'all true. I need y'all. But if you gonna be with him, then there's some things you gotta do. I need y'all. More than anything else, man, I need y'all true. I need y'all. But if you gonna be with him, then there's some things you gotta do. They saying, I need him, you need him to seek him. That the bar is like a sharp sword, it how you leak it. I take the words off the page and make them come through the speakers and leave you on your knees, crying your heart like the fake deacons. You say you won't repent, it's better turn right and seek it. Cause he's the type that don't forgive, you know he coming for vengeance. You who should live plain, there's no excuse if you didn't. Better dive in the water, get immersed in repentance. Generation of Nakash, who didn't warn you to flee from the wrath that is sure to come. Christianity, you had your trick, yeah you would do. Cause you're cutting down the trees that don't bring forth fruit. If you still got breath, well you got a chance. Cause it won't be long till he come back to this land. Make sure when he come back that you're in his arms, so he can take you in the mouth, cool like we in this barn. I need y'all. More than anything else, man, I need y'all true. I need y'all. But if you gonna be with him, then there's some things you gotta do. I need y'all. More than anything else, man, I need y'all true. I need y'all. But if you gonna be with him, then there's some things you gotta do. I had to tell you once again that it's your second witness. I'm still fighting against sin, I'm on my Ruach fitness. And with this fighter, I'm who now you know I'm fighting daily. Gotta press to make it to the mark if you gon' make it, baby. And when I said I sold my soul, it came with warranty. I can make some repairs as long as raw I wanted me. I had to make it plain and give you what you understand. What know with the east, except the things of a man. A lot of folks say they need y'all, but I need him the most. I'm drawing closer to the sun like a solar solstice. I know you thinking S-U-N, but I mean the Ben Yahusha is the door, and that's the only way to make it in. It's eternal like the know, that's what I believe. So when I take my last breath, my soul it will receive. Don't take my word for it, look to what is written. So when Yahusha crack the clouds, you can say it's finished.
It's a self journey, ain't it? I guess you're in the battle by yourself too. Unless you have on the armor of Yahuwah. Maya Key, Maya Cruz. We're in for the battle of our lives. And our adversary is roaming about like a lion, seeking whom he may devour. We're gonna need the same power granted under Shamshun to slay this beast. As a child of our I will have to fight the shot. If y'all always got my back, then I won't before we start. Got my battle on my own, let's believe it, soon it up. Got my battle on my own, let's believe it, soon it up. In this war against these demons, I have no regard. Battling wicked spirits in the flesh like a true good bar. They asking how I'm gonna beat them, I have no remarks. Other than I got the armor that can pummel Tony Stark. And see my mind like Gator or to fight the war they bring. Cause he's a man of war, no better yet a war machine. Don't be deceived by what you see, everything you see, no it won't be. Plus to the mention, we ain't Christians, so we don't turn the cheek. Fall back when we hit the scene, and girded up in the truth from my chest and deep. The blood stains on my boots when it came for peace. You turn it on like a fresh pair of cleats. Running with that piece of you, that head up on the charger for the hair. And my eye got a name, but ain't nobody, so there be no need to toe tag or in this piece of casket. Cause after the trash and your track with the fags. Fight the shot. Come on. Who's got my back? Then I won before we start. Hallelujah. On my own, let's believe it, soon it up. Got my battle on my own, let's believe it, soon it up. Ready for war. There's no way I can go wrong. My fingers as a shield, and I'm pushing every rock. Hallelujah. On my own, let's believe it, soon it up. Got my battle on my own, let's
Look, say you wanna go to war, then it ain't no thing. You see this gon' board, no it ain't gon' change. Yeah, you can't ignore it, but the company's gonna pour it. Never show us full of bad, but reserve it to you, man. In service of the most high, y'all, Allah hang. No miss, it shows an operating Yahoo thing. We the ones he love, we gotta share blood. You deserve it all because of Romans 3:15. Man, you get what you bring, we don't care what you think. Let your brothers get you up, put slits in your tank. Strapped with a sword, cutting deep, at the phone to the soul. You ain't know that robbery is like a shank.
Yeah, hold on to the railway skate. My own cold monster still needs a beat. Always from the sound, I guess a nigga wanna try me. Get a pretty ticky time before you looking like a snake when you sit today.
Yeah, we call it like we see it. You ain't even gotta hear what we are speaking. It's a secret to you heathens, and we hope that it is Jesus who you pray to and believe in. He won't rise up to defeat us. In the end, you'll be beneath us, you Christians. Come on.
Got my back, then I run before we start.
Break this down.
Battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up. Got my battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up. It's on my heart, there's no way I can't apart. Focus as a shield, and I'm quenching every dark. Battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up. Got my battle on my own, best believe I'm suited up.
Ready for war.
I'm trying to look at, man. There's some of y'all done broke the Off the Sick and Shut In record lately. Goodness. There's some folks I ain't used to seeing y'all about no 3, 4, 5 services back to back. Y'all sure must have been praying, ain't it? Like they said, somebody prayed for me, ain't it? That's all right. Everybody all right? Yeah, no, that's right. We had to get the Zamar crump back up, I guess, 30 minutes before I called in. They say, I need to get in there early. Now they got to get well. Hurry, get well. We got to get there for the Zamar, isn't that right? That's all right. We appreciate the Most High Yahuwah for all he done, allowed us to be here. Didn't have to do it, but he done it again. All right? Here we are. We're going to let them get ready to sign the Kato Sarah. Appreciate it. So I told them they start playing, they could put YouTube up, so there might be some people who might have requests. They listen, so we want to give them opportunity. Some of them might have requests out there they can see, Let them see other people out there. The rest of them don't press to get him. And some other people can see. They can see somebody out there watching. Somebody supporting at all times. Isn't that right? Whatever we don't do, somebody else will do. It's as much a part of what we do as anything else, In the book of Colossians, he told you, speaking to yourself, Shireen and Ruachna Shireen, making melody in your law to Yahuwah. That part of people say, well, they just perform, they sing, and I come in. Like Christian church, the teacher, when they were saying, that was your time to go to the bathroom, you can go take a break, it's gone. But that book, Tahalim, that's a whole book. So when he was doing that one, when Dawood was doing that, people should have been leaving and going out somewhere. They said, well, that's our time now. He's just sharing to Yahuwah. So that's our time, that's our break. When they come down to it, I was thinking about when I wrote in how important it is, to kind of set your mind. You really have to set your mind to set your lob. The lob, mind, lob, also for the heart, for people to use the same thing, spell it like lab, L-A-B, pronounced lob. I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah for giving that mindset to consider, because a lot of people don't. They ain't always had the mind to do that. A lot of things you take for granted. Like I said, church was a thing where you were spiritual for church. Saturday night, you start maybe kind of getting spiritual, look at Sunday church, start setting yourself toward, quote unquote, the Lord. I appreciate Yahuwah for giving the mindset to say, keep your mind down. Isn't that right? I used to hear a man say years ago to my folk, ask when you ready. He said, I've been ready. He said, folk getting ready ain't ready. He said, I've been ready. They come down, the old folk had their own way of saying stuff, don't folk ask you ready. He said, I've been getting ready. Said, no, I've been ready. Isn't that right? So I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah for that. We're going to get ready to let him sound the Kato Sarah. Excuse me. But I appreciate the opportunity to be able to come in and hear. Somebody ain't here. When you talking about in that building, somebody ain't on that planet no more. What I'm saying, among the living, as they call it, the Kai. So I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah for keeping me one more again. And always allowing that it ain't for my fall. That's for anybody. Because you can keep a person around. You know, they had bosses, they'll set you up, don't want to knock you out. They send you up for the big kill. I said, when they going to knock him out? He said, no, I knocked this joker out. He ain't getting back up. I'm just feeding him for the kill. Isn't that right? Just like they be feeding you up for the fatted calf so they can slaughter you later. So definitely I want to make sure that our running ain't in vain. You know, it'd be a terrible situation to go through and put the time in, and you know where you should have been. You know you could have performed better, yet you didn't. You stayed at just a minimum, or it required the scant measure where they said which is barely sufficient, and then it come back later, he grades you insufficient. I can't take you with me. So I appreciate that opportunity that he gives us to get it right. What happened, Justin? I see you smiling. What's something happened? Keep my eyes on you. But yeah, definitely for all of us, I don't think nobody want to go through this and not make it. I don't think that's our intent. I think sometimes, you know, you kind of get a level set over time that might tell us, okay, it's okay. You really ain't got to go that hard. You really don't have to push as much as it is. He know you got a family. He knows you have a life outside of this, and that's true. But if we live the way it was structured for us to do, you think with Adam, he had a whole life too, but it all existed inside the gun. Everything he did existed inside the gun. It did. Everything he had existed. With keeping all of the rituals, the rites that Elohim had prescribed for him, he still had to live a life right there, which means when could he ever get out of character? When could he take a break off from it? You know, this your life. This our life, and that's what we want to try to get to understanding. And that's a struggle. Make no mistake, it's a struggle because we're what they call human beings. You know, he calls being in the basar, you know, being in this, you know, having this creature. This creature has habits. This creature got other mindsets. This creature got his own ideology, and then you got the disciplines that he set that he doesn't make you do. It's only to me it look like you're only made to do it is when you get outside of it. You know what I'm saying? By crippling you somewhere else, by putting you in a, you know, a real tragic inconvenience of some type. Then you start to set back and consider something wrong. I need to try to start looking my life back up. It take trouble to get us to that point. Good times though. I don't think anybody looked to say, you know what, my life is so well and so great and so prosperous. I need to just start living right and serve you. I don't think that's one of the things that people do. I don't think nobody had it better than Adam. Not from the beginning, from Bereshit, do you? I mean, he didn't come out struggling. He didn't come out hard pressed. He didn't come out, I mean, let me say this, the writings doesn't give us that. He didn't have to deal with, you know, man, they got all this stuff on TV, folks on him butt naked, then he look down, oh, and I'm butt naked. So this wasn't some of his argument, you know, other women antagonizing him, or other men trying to induce him over to homosexuality. You know, so just all the different, he had to deal with the storms, he had to deal with the rains. It's just a lot of things he didn't have to deal with. We don't have writings of it. And with him being in a place that Elohim had prepared for him, it only makes sense that he prepared it where everything would be conducive for life. It would be conducive to everything you need him. He had to go outside of him. It came down to creating him Isha, a woman, a wife. He was able to take from him right down. You know what I'm saying? And set him on. He had to go outside looking. He had to go to the gate, just peep his head out and see if somebody out there, some couple of women lingering around out there, maybe, you know, looking for, you know, nice black man with no clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, looking at, hey, for a naked man. Now they're doing it. But, you know, for him, you know, they weren't looking for that. So you figure even with all of that, And you know, sometimes we'll look at, if I can just get out around people that own drugs, if I can get away from other people smoking drugs, or if I can get away from other people in gangs, I could do better. Adam didn't have any of those influences, still he failed. So for me, just sitting here thinking, it tells me that there is something about man that causes man to just go after other things or desire things that he's been told not to do. That is, you think about eating with people. You ever seen them skateboarder people go down in the pool and come back out of that thing and what in your mind told you to go down in a hole and make you think you're gonna come back up and grab that thing and turn around and go back down there again? It's just, you know, somebody, and I'm sure somebody said, that's dangerous. And they looked and said, you know what, I'm gonna try it. You know, even with a motorcycle, what told you in your mind to run up a ramp and see how far you can go and you could jump over someone? What if you don't land on that back tire? You could kill yourself. And somebody said, yeah, I'm gonna try it. I believe I could do it. You know what I'm saying? And I guess it kind of shows where man just has this thing about him. If you tell him it's something he can't do, he gonna try it. He gonna try it, he gonna go. And that seems to be the issue, I think, with us. It's kind of innately, kind of just in us. That, you know, I'm saying of the flesh. I don't believe it's of the rule. I think it's of the flesh. That we have that mindset to go after things that he told us not to. And so getting us back into a discipline of being able to see these things in your flesh calls for all these different behaviors and types and ideas, yet you have to restrict yourself down. You know what I'm saying? Because of a mind that they'll call a belief and a fear combined with a yara. It ain't just a belief. It's got to be with a fear. It has to be with a fear. No fears become a phobia, or what they would kind of call, I guess, a taboo of realizing to go out and do that would be detrimental, be death to us. I think if we were to start equating everything to that aspect when it's wrong, it all leads to death. And you got to fear death, and you got to love life. It's got to be on both hands. In order you got to love life and say a habit to where you want to continue in it. And the only way to do it is not to commit kata. Now, kata has already been imputed, accounted to man on the first realm. That's why we got a moot. Now we're looking at on the second end. So on the final finale, now you're looking at being great on the final. You already been great on the first one. You're a sinner. Every one of us, we was already graded. We was a sinner. Made no mistake. We already graded. You know how to tell you get ready to take a test. Don't pick up your pencil. Don't even worry about picking up. Everybody failed. So you were graded. That's why we got to die. So now we're trying to make sure we don't get into this second situation to where we come up and find out we all fail and we're a sinner. We can't afford to be one when you come back. So when you know your worst point, then you know where you got to come back from. Got it? Hello, that's your worst point. You're a sinner. You're going to die. That's your worst point. So now we know, and you keep at this rate, you're going to set yourself in such a way you can't be redeemed. Hello? I think if we kind of start looking at how we see it and register it in a way to where our mind can process it and we can process it and realize, okay, now I understand what I need to do. Sometimes when things explain to you in a way, you say, okay, I got it. Now I got it. I know what I need to do. Because if you've been failing and you continue to keep going the wrong way, then the light ain't clicked on for you. In your mind, you might think, yeah, but it hadn't. You can say, well, I mean, I know what I need to do. I just need to do. Something's wrong with you. Honestly, you are spiritually retarded. Because if you understand that the things you're doing wrong are going to end up to your death, I'm talking your demise, not just your fleshly death. That's already coming, okay? We're talking about when we come into the mosh pot. We're talking about you're going to leave for now. That's going to be it for you. That's the final verdict. That's the final session. That's it. Ain't no repentance. Ain't no remorsefulness. Ain't no sorrowfulness that's going to work. Everything you're going to have to do, you got to do it right here while you're living. And you have to resist the flesh. This is facade. You have to resist it on every end, every temptation. I was talking to somebody earlier on the phone. They bust out their head. You one of the words. I said, so they told me right there, you ain't been listening to nothing I've been saying. I said, that's all. I said, it's okay. I just show you don't pay attention. You don't listen. I said, it'll hurt you later. You try to tell people, it'll hurt you later. See, you got to just set in your mind. It don't matter what you've been doing, how long you've been doing. At the end of the day, just do the math. Do it again, you're going to die and you're going to burn. How adamant you going to be about doing it? Well, it just slipped. But that's what the book told us, how we had to get a more earnest heed to the thing we heard. Less at any time. What happened? What is any time? When is any time? That's how mindful you are. I know a lot of y'all here hit too. I know a lot of you, well, you know, but But it's okay, and it ain't okay if I tell you not to do it. That's when I tell you not to do so. I told y'all before not to do it the first time, people did it on their own anyway. It just kind of keep moving. Just things you want to kind of just wait and see. It takes something to be able to make them adjustments and to show where you at. I mean, think about it. We wrestled with things a long time on how I'm going to stop doing this. He said, stop it. He don't look at, we look at, I'm doing better if I cut down. If I ain't as much. You know what I'm saying? I ain't as bad as I used to be. What did you just say? So he grade as bad and bad? Where he gonna put as bad at? Where's bad going first? What they call, where's bad going to Sheol? We talking, where is not as bad going? Where is really, really trying going? So why you trying to stay in that state? Since he don't have a place for, I'm really trying, I ain't as bad as I used to be, and I'm working on it. These people all going with, he said, all are the same. Because it's all based upon choices at the end of the day of what you want to do. It is. It's a struggle. It's a fight with everything you got to do. But at the end of the day, what are you attaching it to? You got to attach your life to it. I think that's where we at. We don't really think about us dying to the state of never existing again. Never existing again. That's scary. You know who it's scary for? Who know? Hand. Y'all gonna let Papa Son beat y'all out? What? Who? That's the only person that's gonna feel. Ain't nobody dead scared of not living again. Too late. That's not something that's in there. That's almost in speech. It's not in vocabulary. They're already dead. They're not here now. It's for the people that living. The people that living. He said to him that living, he said he know he gonna die. He said the dead know if not anything. See, all they fear for us. See, all those people, they gone. You had your time. You had your opportunity. You heard the Kato Sarah, what they call the Trump. He said, they heard it. If you ain't seek to save your life, he said, then that's on you. Y'all understand that? How many of us, I only want you to raise your hand because I've been included, have been warned and you went against the warning? Okay. Do me a favor. Go put your name in and put a check by that. Go ahead. Y'all standing like a little bell. Y'all go ahead and get in line. Hi, go ahead and get in line. Sometimes the spirit be working. I said, I'm ready. They said. That's all right. But see, that's where we got correction. Did y'all ever have to do that when y'all was in school?
Yes, sir.
What about you, Kasha? You ever put your name on the board in school? So this old, so you remember that then. That's good. Which name you using now? You don't use the nigga name or Kasha? Oh, go ahead and take that. That's the Japanese Kasha, yeah. Yeah. So here we are. And you think about this. What if he would have killed us? What if he'd allowed Moot to come on us when we was in that issue? What if he didn't? I mean, I've done it. What if he'd have said, that's on you and cut me out right now? I've been saying, but I didn't think. He said, think about people that's gone. No doubt, if they had another chance, they'd probably been at. Some people were probably not everybody. Some might have been right at that end of. I was really finna get serious. I was just talking about that the other week. I was just saying, and he said, yeah, I was saying too. That's why you gone. I said it was time for you to go. Y'all understand what kind of being that we dealing with of a greater power than all of us, Elohim, you know what I'm saying, the mighty ones. And he proven it every time. We can't take him down, he take us down. He's stronger than us. And yet we look at, we deal with somebody that has that ability, that can, at any time, that's it. They had somebody, I forgot what country it was, they was on a cabinet meeting. That joker died right in the cabinet meeting. End of story, that's it. They had to keep moving too. That's it. You think about it. If people, at whatever time, y'all don't think about it. It be people riding down the street, he stop them. The car's still going. They just die right behind the wheel. You think they had plans on who gonna drive it when they feel like they finna die? They be like, man, I ain't gonna drive. I don't wanna wreck and die. You think about, even though you're gonna be dead that long, I don't wanna die and wreck and kill myself. Y'all get it? Don't worry about it. Just sleep on it, then come back tomorrow. Yeah. But, again, we forget all the people at funerals you go to used to live just like us. A lot of them thought some of the same things we think and thought. I done processed some of the same thing we processed before, but then you think about how much did you really lay to your Lord that you really consider? I mean, consider to the point that you change. You know what I'm saying? I mean, anybody can think about it. Anybody. I talked with people before they haven't thought about it, but they ain't changed. You sit around and think about it and say, that's something. Yeah. Then they'll keep drinking and keep smoking. They move on from that. They're just a distant memory in their mind. And, you know, he can let you be that person. You know, I remember talking to some people, and they thought real hard. They stopped smoking. We were talking. I told them, I said, this is it. I told them, I said, this is it. I said, be the last time they see me, I let them know that was it. The guy stopped smoking, man. We were talking. They were thinking too. One of them, that joker that had the straight, that joker had, you can see like the flame of fires in his eye. That joker that wasn't changed. He was just quiet. He wasn't saying nothing. He wanted that conversation to stop. He let his guy listen to that stuff. He wanted that conversation to end. Them guys said they were thinking too. They were thinking. I know they were. I told them. They were like, you for real? I said, man, I'm for real. This is it. I like, this is it, man. I'm done. I told them about it. I left them flat foot. I don't know whatever, man. I just told them. It was it for me. I was done. And, you know, but then guess what they do? They went back. More and more to realize. And I left them guys and I rode to the store with them guys. And we rode, the police rode by and them jokers said, man, they said, he about to turn, the police like, he had hit it light. I was like, what they were like? He about to hit it light. I was like, and? They said, man, we got dope in the car. I'm sitting here like, these dumb niggas him. And the police done hit the light. I seen him hit his light. He hit his brake lights. I said, I'm finna go to jail with these niggas. And I just told them I'm done. This ain't even my stuff. I'm about to go to jail with these niggas here being stupid. Y'all run around with dope in the car? And he locked his brake lights, just kept going. I said, yep. I said, I told y'all. I said, this is it. But I needed that. I needed it because it showed me that quick you were finna be gone. Because he hit his brake. He rolled, he knew the car. He hit his brakes. You saw him hold his brakes. And he just locked his brakes and kept going. I know it later on I realized that was for me. That wasn't for nobody. Just to let me know, at any time that you think that's a game and you decide you want to go back, I know how to get you. And guess what I was looking at? I was clean. I didn't have nothing on me. I was good. So whatever they would come to do was going to be a waste of their time. But these dumb niggas had it. So you just let me know, it ain't got to be you. I use somebody else to take you down. But you know, these are things you don't consider when you process and going through things, because you take things for granted. I was 26, 25, 25, so yeah, you really don't think a whole lot about it. But you know what, I grew up a lot faster. I was a lot more mature than a lot of y'all. I don't know no 25, 26 I've seen around here that, you know, I had to pick up stuff quick. A lot of stuff I had to learn how to do. You got to pick up, you got to catch on. You don't catch, if you don't catch on, you don't get got real quick. You can't be in the street and be stupid and slow. A lot of y'all, 30, 40, y'all can make it in the street. You're too slow. You process too, it take you too long to think about something. I know some of them, a lot of these, they want to go to the street. You don't want to go to the street. And the people you're going to be with, it ain't that they process fast. They just as stupid. I'm ready, they just as slow. They just as retarded. They just as dumb. Never would have thought about it. Let me video myself while I go in here and kill these people. Oh, it did me. Tony Smith, living Canyon. They didn't want to know how to pull it. Which one of y'all niggas read it? On live YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I know one of y'all niggas told on me too. Well, one of y'all niggas, you're like, are you serious? Are you serious? These guys are so stupid. And then they got the locator on their phone. It's like, you can't be no dumber than these people are. It's like, y'all don't want to be criminals. You're just too dumb to be criminals. They look good because they shoot people. That's because they're too stupid. They don't even know what they're doing. We were trying to get money. We had fun. Stuff we did, we young, we did. Then you start trying to get money. You start looking, you're trying to get money. It's certain stuff you ain't trying to do because it'll mess up your money. So I know they don't know what I know they don't know what they do. It's just stuff you don't want to do. Cause let me tell you what y'all know, y'all watch on news. Y'all see how every other week you'll see the Russian mafia on there, how they have them shoot out. And Italian mafia. I wonder why that is. Cause you know they start realizing you start messing up money. When you get a hot trap and you sell a dope, you try to keep that kind of stuff down. Whooping up on customers, you don't do that. Because customers, they're going to call the police, they're going to put the heat over here, they're going to shut down money. You don't do nothing that's going to interfere and going to make money. If you're going to have to kill somebody, they're going to be called, it's about money. These stupid niggas kill somebody. I thought they looked at me, talking about the guy blind who ain't had no head on his shoulder. Yeah, but you be surprised, these niggas see you through their shoulder. They so stupid. These young folks, it's just not there. And I said that to try to tell everybody, man, that's a good time. Make sure you do some self-evaluation. Make sure you're right. I'm serious, making sure, salvation is what you really want to do. Because for me, this is what I really want to do. So to prove it, you got to change, you got to maintain. Change and maintain. That's all it is. Change, maintain. Don't change and go back. You got to change, maintain. It's that serious now. All the things in the world, I want to get me a break. I do want to go me a vacation. I ain't going to tell you no lie. But I'll be honest, I'm waiting on the one when he come back here. Time feeling so short and things going so bad. I don't really know where you probably can go and be safe now. I mean, little raggedy California tore out the frame. Never seen that. That thing more raggedy now than it was. I mean, the earthquakes were big in the 70s. I don't remember the last. They probably had one in the 90s, maybe early 2000. I don't remember the last earthquake they had. But I mean, one of really of some magnitude was, I'm sure in the 2000 had one, but it ain't enough to bring back no recollection. But man, you look at them fires they had. Again, and it's not to insult people in California like that, but you are truly the dumbest state we have. But I'm not to insult the people. The state just dumb. I just couldn't imagine. I'm sitting on the expressway, traffic. Both sides of the expressway are blazing. I'm talking about this thing look like Sheol. You know what I'm saying? 1.1 million. And I'm thinking now, let me see, what are all these sitting on the expressway? Automobiles. What they run, what, electric vehicles? These gas vehicles. And all I'm thinking, the whole expressway is burning so bad that day and night look alike. And some in my mind saying, boy, you need to get up and go to work. I assure you, you can have that job. If you get on a locked in bumper to bumper and that thing burn up and that thing, it is too many vehicles. And then I'm telling you the good one, oh my goodness, most intelligent. When they video themselves riding through the fire, oh God. This is what I want to know. So when you drive into them flames, what's the end of it? When do it stop burning? How you know you just didn't walk into an eternal flame, you drove into it? These stupid, and they got the nerve to be praying. You got rubber tires, you got gas tank, everything, and your gas tank on the bottom, and you driving through the fire. There is no reason I would ever process drive through the fire unless surrounded. But then again, if I'm thinking, this is just not a good idea, I can't see the other side. How many of y'all said, did that make sense, y'all? How do you drive into something unless I can see the end? That's like you see them driving down the street, flood water. This is dangerous. How do you know where you at? You're driving, unless you can I'm driving between some cones sticking out the water, I know I'm in the street. How do you know where you're driving at? I just, these people, here's some dumb people. It's just, and then they go, I'm trying, listen, you out there, let you figure that out. I'm not finna try to send no police down here. I'm not finna try to get no people jumping in water and try to get you. I'm thinking about alligators, especially like Florida people too now, y'all. Florida, y'all right, y'all moving in number 3. They had one, that picture true when they showed them sharks driving? Y'all remember they had that picture with them sharks? Fake picture? Let me ask y'all a question though. So let me ask y'all a question. Them gators ain't fake. They pulled something out of New Orleans now. They pulled one gator, y'all seen that joke? That joker was human and he was swole. They said, and they had the nerve to say, he been eating. I said, I thought he was probably one of them vegetarian. I thought he was doing an intermediate fasting. Did y'all think that where they going? They said, man, they flood. Let's not eat these people. Wait, what is in people's mind? Nothing tells me to walk through this water. These people walk through. How you talking about snake? Do y'all know what? It ain't no. You got raccoons and possums and rats and y'all know how much stuff in this water been washed out and you walking through this water? Well, I shouldn't tell y'all. Y'all, how many of y'all done? Do I want to know the answer? Do this. Raise your hand in your heart. So nobody don't pick at you, but then raise it so we can see it. First, I want you to raise the one in your heart. How many of y'all done live somewhere and it flooded? I'm talking about flooded, and you got in the water, you walking around. What state you was in? How high the water got? Shit. Okay. Woo. Oh, you can't see it. Huh? How tall was you? How old were you then? Oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. Shin D, yeah, yeah. So you've been grown. You probably been down around the ankle, yeah. Nah, but was you scared? When I was a kid, y'all playing, yeah. Shin. Shin about right up in here. Yeah, shin. Most of, how many of y'all didn't know where your shin was? Don't try to say it. Don't say it. How many of y'all didn't know where your shin was? That right there, the front part, right by the front part right there. Sound like folks, man, man, that thing hit me in my chin. They think, oh, chin? That's kind of high, yeah. Shin. I don't know, they need to come up with some name we know what they call stuff. I'd have called this front leg bone. I don't know what their name is. It's called stuff now. You say you were fibbing? Surely the man that called me a fibber, did he? Hold on, Chris. You went to college? He asking a lot of questions. What you call it? The fibula? Which one you looking at? The tibula. The tibia. Hold on for you talk. Which one is it? The fibula and the tibia are two together. When you got a flat chicken wing, the tibia and the hold on, stop it. We've been doing all this talking, and all of a sudden now you bust out. What are you talking about? Don't be looking back there, Kerry. What are you talking about? Man, gonna do like, yeah. What you back there talking to him for, Kerry? I'm the one asking you about this. Yeah, like Daniel said, Daniel, he heard you. So the fibula and the tibula, and because the chicken wing, if it's flat, it got two little muscles that stick out on the bottom. I'll take your word for it. The two, it's a one bone, it's a muscle. It's the muscle, two bone. Yeah, it's a little bone, and you can eat the little meat out of them. Some of these jokes been eating on human leg, that's how they know so much. Some of that stuff, let me ask you something, is it in the Bible? Can somebody condemn us for it? No, but no, I guess it's good to know. Y'all got to know these muscles and stuff like that. About these young folk, y'all know anything? Any of y'all kids learn anything this week? Which one of y'all learned something this week? Exactly. Now ain't nobody learning that. Robert thinking. What you learn, Robert? He looking. You learned something, Robert? Huh? What you learn? Don't be looking at her. Don't look at the outside talking about. Robert, what you gonna ask? Robert, look at him. What I learned now? Yeah, you gotta ask. No, not this week. Next week. Next week will be a week. He said, what was I learning? No. What you got? In math, you've been learning about subtracting and adding? Mixed numbers. Oh, they got interracial numbers now. Ain't that right now? They got interracial numbers. Isn't that right? What is a mixed number? Because all mine just been 1, 2s, and 3. What, they just throw them in a barrel or something, you pick them up? Or they stir them up? Did y'all know, did they ever use that terminology when y'all come mixed numbers? Well, some of y'all just came out not long ago. I'm talking back in my day. How many of y'all from way back yonder? Did they have a terminology like mixed numbers? Nobody, what would have been a mixed number? Oh, yo, Jordan from back there. Jordan, stop it. You ain't from back there. But let me ask you something. Do you remember them talking about mixed numbers? I don't know. Well, what is that? A fraction. Oh, something ain't a whole number. Hold on, stop that. I said something ain't a whole number. He said, what did it, Dwayne? That man said, yeah, something ain't a whole. That's what I just said, a fraction. Isn't that right? Yeah.
And a whole number.
Oh, like one and a whole number fraction. Those are mixed numbers. So you should, yeah, okay, hold on. Yeah, part of it. Oh, that man came out. Boy, hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. No. Let me tell you something. You know what I like there right here? Them HBCU come out, they fight for their right. They don't play, listen, they don't fight a white university all day. That joker came in there, they just said, denominator, numerator. I went on the song, new product, what them Negro calling? Woo-wee, that boy sure can cipher. That's what old Jay Clamper said. Yeah, that's all right though. She learned how to, the numbers. Mix them up and all like that. What you learn, John? Adam? Okay, so I spelled it. It ain't helped me out. I just tried. I want to see. I just said A-D. I said A-D-O-M-N. No, that ain't help. Because sometimes if you go and you think about it, it's A-D. Y'all doing A-D-O-M. M-S. Now, how many of y'all know what it is after that? See, it don't work. But we look good with it. So what are the atoms? Talking about in science, the atom, the small. Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what a small. Yeah, I know what that is. Well, yeah, I know what that was. Yeah, I could touch about that. All I had to do is took out somebody else's brain. You said this is an atom, right? Yeah, I could have talked about that. What you got, AJ? What you learn? What you learn, AJ? Love? Who? Snow? What you learn about snow? It's falling down. So does rain. Isn't that right? Grandma love, man. I'm trying to figure out, like, man, what is that hard clapping? Grandma love. That's all that is. Oh, that's so precious. Leaves fall down. Isn't that right? All kind of stuff. Black folk, they get hit with batons and bullets. They fall down. Yeah, they call them snow too. That's all right. No, we try to educate and get our people that. We appreciate y'all. But end of the day, we want to try to go through and look and try to fix a condition that we all have, which is fighting sin. Qatar. Everybody deal with that. There's nobody that don't. Don't lie to yourself. Church will get you a lot. People don't talk about really. They kind of make an imaginary game. That devil coming. Shut your mouth. Why the devil come and tell me, man, get up, let's fight. Satan don't do that. Let's stop. People do. I mean, but church, I dealt with people. This one guy, I thought he got so spiritual. He'd come visit, and I was at True Dirt. He wore double breast suit. So dude sitting in the seat back there. He sat. He get his jacket. He button that jacket up. Step out of the aisle like this, take off running. And you look at, you saying, he gotta have it. Cause you watching that guy, you thinking, you'll go and you'll do that. You like, man, he gotta have it. He had a drove a tractor trailer. He put Holy Ghost over the top of it. Listen, he took some old shoes, some running shoes, high top, tied them on the bottom of the steps to step up in the truck. So he ran straight the shoe like this. DLT pulled him over. He said, I just want to just look at it. He said, I had never seen nothing like this. He had white-headed road on there. He said, it's the blood. I said, what? It's the blood. He said, what? He said, what the tennis shoes down here for hanging? He said, them my Holy Ghost running shoes. DLT told him, go ahead, carry on. Because they threw him. They were trying to figure. He got tennis shoes at the bottom. Them things he going to spread. He runs them things just rolling. He said, them my Holy Ghost running shoes. That nigga owed me money, told more lies. I said, these folks. I'm talking about Holy Ghost field talking. That nigga tell a lie in his lip quiet. And that lie just seeping out it'll seep out his mouth with his lips touching. Just a liar. But you know, they'll mesmerize you there and what get you. And people thought a lot of them because they looked at, why would a person be pretending to do that? If they did it, truly they got it. And I think we as a people, I say as a people in general, people have wanted it but not willing to go through what it takes to obtain it. Even Shaul talked about the day that strive for mastery. He said they're only crowned if they do it lawfully. Me and Daniel were to do a race. If I beat Daniel, everybody, they can give me the medal, whatever it is, certificate, a ribbon, whatever it is for it. And later on they come and find out I was doping, they're going to take it from me. I'm going to feel like, well, I beat Daniel. They said, yeah, you beat him, but you didn't do it lawfully. So, you know what I'm saying? When you start looking at, you'll see a lot of people obtain things. A lot of times y'all don't consider, and I say, y'all, I've been there before though. Yeah? You don't consider they're doing it lawfully. Within inside the means, the confines of what it takes for you to actually have it. A lot of people got stuff, it ain't because they got it lawfully the correct way. It ain't just now people, don't go sticking on religion. We're talking about a lot of people out there, a lot of these societies, a lot of these groups, a lot of these corporations. I was telling somebody about that back before they had another, I said, they were going to another company. I said, when you get in, you're going to find out they corrupt too. I said, they stuff. I told them same thing. They said, Rod, you ain't going to believe it. I said, what happened? Said, man, they forging now. I said, they all do it. I said, that's just their business way. These businesses make up numbers. They so huge and so complete, there's no way you can get their numbers. They pay people. They don't get no outside people to their book. They pay people to do their numbers. They keep them right there. So get what they do. You are complicit in this whole thing. They're not going to go get nobody outside. They're going to keep them there. They're going to have their own bookkeeping staff right there. Make sure you're complicit. When they come in to see you to get these numbers done, you are complicit because you know about it. But it has to be done. They got stockholders, shareholders, they got a whole lot of other people they got loans, other stuff they're doing. America books forwards. Matter of fact, they're going to tell you America now, y'all didn't know, America about to default on their debts. Let's they agree to this 31. You think these folks knew that? How many of y'all didn't know that? Go and tell the truth. What would it? Listen, you think this was on the Cosby Show? They got to hit a $31 trillion debt ceiling. Y'all see that ceiling? That's what y'all said. That how high can you jump? That ceiling probably what 20 feet maybe. Jump 30. What's gonna happen? Through the roof? No, you can't. You're gonna hit your head. We're gonna have to wind up raising the ceiling in order for. Yeah, right. Really. So y'all understand when they look at the debt ceiling, the ceiling will have to go higher in order for you to reach 30. So what they're doing, they're taking it up higher. The money they owe back is becoming more increased, and they're looking at they finna default on their loans. But I don't know why people saying that. They've always defaulted. Have they ever paid us? I don't know why people think it's amazing about they about to default on their loan. They've always defaulted. They've never paid. A lot of these people don't pay. A lot of these countries defaulted. They always do it, but since they do their own numbers, they control the news media. They control everything. How you gonna know? The people inside there with them, all those people have their monies. I don't care what the debt is, what America, how debt it is. They're going to sit down, they're going to vote, and they're going to get themselves a 50% raise. Can you imagine every time a raise came up, you got 50% more? 50 in 2 years, you will make double what you're making. What job gives you when you get to vote on, if your employer says, listen, go tell me how much your raise should be. Come on, 50%. And this is the sad part. You'll crash your business like that. You ain't going to believe it. America crashing. Because you left it to the employees. Listen, let me tell you something, man. I told y'all before, business-wise, a lot of you don't know anyway. But why y'all think their country's so messed up right now? Because the people came up with how much they ought to make. And while it looked like a good idea, look at how you make what you're making now. Think about it. People now making more money now than they ever made. Come on, people making. When I started driving trucks, we were getting 23 cents a mile. You was in school, you learning. When you get 28 cents a mile, stuff like that, man, you's a professional. You have been driving. You're a trainer, 30-something cents a mile, 32. That was great money. That was good money. You making $600 a week, and these folks on the road, well, Uncle Ted driver, they were making less than that. But then people don't realize now people have been, I just use trucking. Don't think I'm not attacking trucking. I'm just using numbers. The average truck driver now make about $1,500 a week. Easily. $18,000, $2,000. Some make even $2,500. When you look at some of these people, McDonald's, these people are idiots, and these look, no insult y'all kids, you know something. I wouldn't pay none of y'all over $4 an hour. I wouldn't give it. You're a kid, you ain't here playing, your pants hung down, they're too tight. So I know your menstrual finna come on, too much stuff squeezed up on him. I know you nasty. I know you don't wash your hands. No, let me tell you something. I don't go in these places. I don't go through them places. I don't even fool. I see a young kid, I already know him. You playing with that phone, you been touching this phone, playing with money, digging your booty, grabbing your crotch, scratching your behind. I know you ain't wash your hands. You handle this money, you go touching something else, you ain't nothing but an infestation. They are just because nobody teach them. They're not teaching them the respect of how you handle it when you're handling food service, and how you do stuff quality. Everybody want to stick someone. You paying these kids now, some of these folks making $18, $20. These folks at McDonald's never seen $20. You made $20, you was exec. These folks making ridiculous money. They're sitting here and play around with this stuff. Why y'all think the cost of living went so high? Gas ain't even where it need to be considering what people making. People tell me, won't gas come down? Let me ask you, I'm gonna tell you why gas won't come down. You got people making $2,500, $2,000, $1,500 a week. $800 a week just about almost average. Why would I be selling you gas for $1? You guys will drain out the pumps. You'll drain the pumps. It's no way you can't get enough supply when people have that amount of money at a low cost. So you have to raise the cost of the goods to keep. Now when you go to the gas pump and you start seeing your thing and hit $50, you cut it off. You woo, $35. You look, woo, I'll cut this thing. Otherwise, you'll drain my pumps. People have sat there and leave the car. People going 100 leave the car running. And we went back to 70 cents a gallon. Do y'all understand these pumps will be empty?
Every day.
People, how much money would you spend at 70 cents and you fill up? You'll be filling up for $20. $15. You can't afford to have people doing that. You'll mess up the economy. So see, what people don't know, like these people more, just like in England, you got the people out. Now I'm against people not getting a fair wage. A lot of these come to do rip people off. They can pay them better. That is true. But on an average, when you start looking at what people get, look at the cost of living and what you're making and how things work. When all these people go up and they start charging the government to push to get more money, you don't want to get the government involved. When the government get involved, they always screw stuff up. Life ain't designed for everybody to make it, not to make it rich. You can't afford to. If everybody rich, what happened, like I said, when COVID, when people got them checks? Man, you had stores, they closed. People just closed down. You can't get no work. What people saying? I can't get no help. I can't get no help. So now you know what you got to do. It's an easy fix to this, and this is why you're getting it now. Ask these folks now who looking for y'all how easy to get one now. You got what you got to do. You got to make them now they go to work. They're going to stay where they at. See, it's a fix to everything you're doing. You just don't know why. So what you do, you start laying out. You see they putting 12,000 in the street. What's the other company called? Alphabet. It's a media. It's one of them social media giggles. Who? Facebook, Alphabet. That's what they put. They let 12,000 go. 12,000. What them 12,000 people make? What, probably like $8 an hour? What y'all figure they making? $6.50? They have no idea. When you put them people in the street, what you think they finna do? For those other people who out there who applying for jobs, when these people put their resumes in. See, this come in with everybody greedy. Everybody keep thinking they're gonna get something, they're gonna make all their money, you're gonna stay here. You don't realize they know how to break you. So when people start crying out, talking about what they want, like people got more money. Did your rent stay the same? Exactly. These folks came right back to you, let you know, this your new rent. You saying, dog, soon as I make something go up. How you think it's gonna work? How can you afford to leave goods at the same price and give you more money? Especially now when goods are limited. Don't y'all know whenever, listen, most of y'all don't know, everything works out called supply, demand. How many people need food? Probably about 3% of people in the world. Everybody needs food. What do we have with food right now? An abundance? Shortage. So how much should food cost? Because if you leave food cheap, everybody gonna buy it up and eat it. When you walk in here now, when you were buying a dozen of eggs for $1.99 and now eggs $8, how many dozen you want, ma'am? You said, listen, can I, you know what I'm saying? Can I just get 2 of them out of there? After a while, you be selling eggs, just get 2. So it gonna be 4 lines. Listen, let's just cut this in half. 4 ways. It's bad. Everybody get 3 eggs and walk. Can y'all imagine what an egg? They say eggs going to $8. 6 to 8. Depending on what you want. You want the hormone? Yeah, you want the hormones, you're gonna get the 6. You want the non-hormones, you're gonna get the 8. That's just where y'all think the world going. But all of this is to do something too. This is to push her to condition her to trust who? Yahuwah. Think about it. Now, listen, let me tell you something. What somebody else say? Who said government? Carol, come put your hand on. Carol, you been started. I saw let me tell you, you remind me when I was in school, I tell you, I knew you were going to be trouble this morning. I came to see you today, Mr. Bain. That bad with your teeth, you in trouble, they call you Mr. Mrs. Hey, Mr. Smith, hey, why you call me Mr.? I'm in trouble. I'm going to give you respect. You still in trouble. Mr. Smith, go to the office. Like, goodness. But, yeah. Put another one for taking that long to find your name. It's your name, you wrote it. You got to look for it. Get one more just in case. Hold on, don't stop before you do it. Are you going to do anything else before you go back to your seat? Are you going to do anything else tonight? I ain't going to have no more problem with you tonight. If I ain't going to have no more problem with you tonight, you ain't going to put no check up down. That's it. This is it right here now. Put that check up down. Put that check up. What's it wrong? How many of y'all believe that Carrie wasn't going to do nothing tonight? Well, this is going to be a test we're going to find out. So, Carrie, you won ahead, all right? Sit down. I told you that. Start today. That's the problem right there. And the day already here, he done messed it up. But, and I say all that with everything we go through. And it's, two things. It make you to consider things and realize how much Mr. Yahuwah actually is our provider. Because you can't provide and make your way. You'll think you can. And a lot of times you'll get to go and people will get fearful. Oh, how I'm going to make it? What I'm going to do? What's going to happen? You don't make it how you always made it. If you've been doing what he tell you to do and we keep serving like we supposed to, he always provides, just like he always told he would. But a lot of times he had to put it in condition. I'm just telling you, when you're doing everything yourself, when I say everything, you never are, but don't get me wrong. But every day you get up, you're going to work, you're making things happen. By going, you putting your days in, you got your hours. Hey, some overtime, you work, you got the overtime, that come in handy, that put it, man, you making it happen. So you get out doing whatever it is you do. And you will assume it's you. You'll forget. So every now and then he had to say, let's put a hold to this for a second. Let's slow this down. Let's just kind of look at this thing again and see how it's been going. And then I'm going to show you how it's going to work, where things still going to work for you. And you're not going to be doing it. You're going to realize you weren't doing anything, were you? You assumed you were doing something. He always provides. But sometimes, I'm telling you, because pray. I got a bunch of bills. I've been fired. What's my prayer? What's my prayer? What? New job. Because I'm praying for the job, because the job is going to be my answer. The job is going to be my resolution. The job is going to fix my situation. He said, no, I'm going to fix your situation. So I'll get you to show you how, I'll let you sit and wait, and I'll show you how things still work out to show you that wasn't your answer, what you needed. I just stopped you. I need you to consider. That's all. I just need you to consider. Listen, I told y'all before, we interdependent. Sometimes he'll work through one another. He works it out, though, where things work out to show you it was never you. It was never you. Anything all of us ever did, including me, we've only screwed up things when we intervene. Now, sometimes, let me help. Don't help. Just don't worry about it. They say, how can I help? Just stay right there and just don't touch. Now, you're like, how did that happen? Hey, y'all ever seen that situation? You're there, just sit right there. You don't know you helping me right there by you sitting there not doing nothing. Because whenever you do something, you're going to cost me more. So we have to understand that a lot of times. So he puts us all in situations just so we can consider. Let me tell you something. It's too easy not to trust in uncertain riches. If you went and you got $1 million right now, every one of us here, you'll change. You can say you're going to change. On that instant, you know what you're going to look at? First thing I'm going to do, quit my job. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go get them, because you start to trust in the riches and you'll forget sometimes. And when you got people that, you'll try no doubt to stay humble, but it'll be hard because you put in a different situation. And then he had to come and crumble everything around you to teach you, to show you, you had more serenity, you had more shalom before you had it. Sometimes you get things, it doesn't cause you problems. There's a lot of them here too. Folks, I want to get married. You know, they realize, shoot, it wasn't so bad by myself. By myself, I could just done, I could have went, but now I gotta. That's a lot of stuff. Not at all. Marriage is bad, because I don't believe that. But I just know a lot of times we get things and we ask for things. It's good sometimes to wait on him and see what he said. If we do what we supposed to do by him, I tell you, everything for you, can't nobody stop it. I know y'all ain't gonna believe it. Y'all gonna say, oh, that's him just talking. Okay, try it and see. The best thing you can do is let him guide you, trust him on what it is you have to do, and that's based upon you doing what he said now. Don't pull that like I've done it. And I'm sure I'm guilty. I'm just trust him when it's that one thing you want. But you ain't trusting him solely enough to where you're doing this constantly. This is a consistency. This now I'm gonna trust him when I'm in one of these situations that's something I want. How many been guilty of that? That's where it starts with being honest. So he's looking for somebody, can you do this on a consistent basis? With or without things? Like Abraham, he among Elohim. He left out from his Abba house. He had to leave. He could have just stayed and waited a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But he moved and he went and he left. Now Luke was on a different end. When it came down to Luke to get ready to get out, Luke was looking around kind of waiting, trying to figure, I don't want him to just be stupid and just pop up and run out of here, and something happened. Something grabbed me trying to get out of him. He looked at, I want to make sure I process this thing. You talking about the whole city? All this gonna burn up? And this over here too. He trying to really put down and get it. He had to be forced to move. They had to grab him and lay hands on him to move him out. But Abraham, you don't find that with him. Abraham, the book said he moved with Ari, moved with Yahweh. When it came down to him offering up his only being, he didn't sit down and realize this whole thing shot. I must have messed up. If that's what you want, that's what I do. And in saying that, if he had to be a man just like us. Had to be a man just like us. Yet, what intrigues me is the fact that this man would be willing to take his only son and offer him up based upon a conversation, based upon a conversation, and having the confidence in the man that he conversated with that he will still be able to do what he said regardless of this situation. I'm not that guy. None of us are. I don't think any of us are that guy as a people. Because if he told we're going to do something, we're quick to feel like when things don't work out or something happen, that it's going to go against what he's already prepared for us. If something happens negative, we automatically going to assume that and we're going to weigh it against salvation. We are. But why wouldn't Abraham weigh that against, if he want me to offer up my only son, as they said, that it's because he's not going to do what he said or he can't do it. He didn't. He moved. It might not intrigue you guys. It might not be something. But if he's the Abba of what it is that I'm supposed to possess, then I want to do just like any son do. I want to mimic the Abba. I do. I want to learn the Abba. And I want to learn. I want to know. I want to get back to what sourced him to that point. What put you in that position? What put you, or what allowed you not to question and not to say, man, hold on for a minute. This a lot. Because I know where I'm at. If it's somewhere with me, I'm the type, I got to think this thing. I'm going to look and say, let me think about this. But I don't want that hesitation or distraction when it comes down to what he told me. And because of the people we are, including myself, a lot of times those could be the very thing that could hinder and stop us. But it didn't prevent anything he said he was going to do for him. As a matter of fact, it only allowed him to become even greater as we know him today. For any religion, every religion acknowledges Abraham. And for the larger one, more significant ours, and of course they look at Islam and even with Christianity, as they call it, everybody acknowledges Abraham. You know what I'm saying? We might all argue about the relationship of saying that the religions that each of us all three have, or, you know, have some different ideals about it, yet everybody agree on him being a man, that he was a friend of Re'ah to Elohim. Elohim regarded this man and respected this man so much that he even kept it not only with him, he said, I'll keep it with your seed after you. I won't just keep it with you. I don't want you to think this is something that's just for you. Because of you and the relationship we have, I'll continue on this relationship or this care that I have for you with them. Can you imagine that? Y'all know how long that goes since Abraham been dead? Moot. You only hear because of a promise he keeping. How many of y'all have made a promise before? How many of y'all have broke the promise? What you think about a man that keeping a promise with a man that been gone? He couldn't get up from the dead if he wanted to check to see if he was keeping it. And where he at, he could care less at that point. Because he don't have a part of life as far as controlling it. You see what I'm saying? Yet nobody, and listen, you talking about a man, none of us can go out there and grab him in his collar and throw him off that throne and say, what you doing? You liar, you ain't keeping it. Nobody, like with us, we're only keeping what we're keeping because of the fact, I'll kill you. Somebody ride up and tell you, hey, pull up, get in the car with me. What you gonna say? Get in the car, blow your brains out. What you gonna do? That's a difference. Who making him keep this that he keeping? You think about a man, and you got to think about this. He's keeping it because of himself. Not how much he think of his word. He said, it ain't I can't break it, and if I did, nobody could do anything about it. I keep it because that's who I am. And I'm trying to establish a people who by nature, this is not their character. Do you understand what we have to, it's mind-boggling, everything we do. You was a kid, how many of y'all parents told y'all to go to bed? Why did y'all go? Out of respect. This is the right, they can't make you go. They can't make me go, I'm just go anyway. Why did you go? Fear. So how things you've done in life have been of fear. You know what I'm saying? A lot have been fear, some type of restriction, some type of retribution toward. He said, listen, man, listen, you talking to somebody who holds himself to his word. He said, listen, if one thing I said fail, if one thing I said alter, if the stroke is wrong, He said, all they got to roll. We said, oh man, it ain't that serious. Like one of the hype that we sit here, I lied to you. You might say, you say, you know what, man, I forgive you, man. You ain't gonna hold that against me. You know what he said? I lied. You think, hold on, what you doing? He said, this can't exist no more. You think, that's kind of strenuous. It ain't that serious. It's just one lie. He said, yeah, for me, all this stuff got to scroll up. He says, got to roll up like a scroll. He said, I got to. Because that's the only thing. He said, listen, I wanted people to know how much the amount meant. That if I lie, if the stroke is wrong, listen, with him it's a lot different. You know, when you look at when Yahushua taught us about comparing the end to things, you know, the writing, the stroke, even the stroke of it is so important. See, when our people wrote, it's different with English. You can write things in a way where your scripting can be, you know, people can be, but them, you're so careful in the stroke of it, because how our the characters are of it, nothing needs to be altered. Everything needs to have a certain display to it. And they looked at when they wrote, it's time consuming because you're trying to make sure everything comes out because it's creating an idea. Y'all got what I'm saying? You know, you can look at some of that stuff, you say, what? Man, I don't know what this thing is. What this is you wrote with him? He said, they gotta know. Because if they don't know, they're error. So every stroke is that important. Everything I say has to be held to the letter. Y'all say it's gotta be held to its character. Y'all got it to its true meaning. And that's the difference with everybody else's writings. You know what I'm saying? You can't hold them there because it's argumentative. It could be, but for us, it has to be that. Think about the man said, listen, he said, these are strokes. These are little writings. These are little small, little detailed little hints. It's like a dot or the period over the top of the letter I, the small lowercase I. He said everything is so distinct. It's so distinct that when he took Musha up on the mountain, he let him know, see that you do all things after the pattern. After the pattern. That don't strike. That don't get you. I understand. It depends on where you at. So detail is important to him. Detail is very important. Sometimes people say you trying to pay too much attention. See, I'm gonna tell you what I learned in building, remodeling. You can do stuff to where people don't notice it. I watch different people do stuff. They say, well, if you do this, then they won't notice it. So you can work to do things to throw things off with a shadow. You can interior decorate. When it's a spot, you can put something there and make it something where somebody don't even pay attention to it. They'll think that it was purpose, but it was actually unintentional, but the cost of fixing it, so you decorate it so as to not notice the imperfection. Like a wall, put a picture right there. You say, man, I'm gonna take that whole sheetrock down. You don't have to do that, just put a picture there. Somebody come in and catch the picture and say, and just keep moving. Say, see, they missed it. You see what I'm saying? It would be something y'all, you can take some motion, put it over it. Make it a flower bed and cover it up. So you could do that. But with Yahuwah, he said, I pulled everything off of it. I don't want nothing covered. I don't want nothing here. I want everything displayed. When you go through and you measure and you check it, everything is to Talmud, is complete. So if that's the type of person we're dealing with, then I think we really have to start looking at our understanding. Have to make sure we kind of really understand what we're dealing with. This ain't one of the things you just cry and be ignorant and that's the answer. You know, as long as he don't worry about you knowing nothing. And does that make sense? He not worried about me knowing nothing when he said they all should be taught of him? Think about it. As a Christian, they say, God ain't worried about that, baby. You don't have to know nothing. God just love you. Did that sound like a conversation Christians have? They'll tell you. But, so what it meant, you know, I never, in quote unquote holiness, they never taught, he said they all should be taught of me. I mean, I never thought about in my mind, you thought what you knew was enough. He said they all gonna be taught of me. He told you, he said all your beneath gonna be taught of me. All of them gonna be taught of me. Anything why? He said because he's so meticulous about errors. Y'all got an error. In baseball, they'll count that. Pitchers try to watch that. You know what I'm saying? All the things come up, that's an error. And that count against your record. Anybody play baseball? They know about that? Errors count, they matter. Now amazing, they count them against them. And they trying to repeat it. He trying to look at it, he want to know hitter if he can get it. He trying to make somebody get a home run on him. Isn't that right? He trying to make sure he don't stack and load the bases. He trying to make sure he don't get error. All these things are important, but you got to make sure you don't have no errors. And the only way not to get any errors is to make sure that you know definitively what you're doing. But that's going to come in with understanding who you're dealing with. Because some people grade things differently. Some mother have a baby in a wheelchair. You know, she tell her baby, you just as fast as them other kids. Them kids out there just running. See, especially Big Mama. She said that baby sitting in that wheelchair. Look at them kids, ain't got no cut off at the ankle, cut all the way off of him to the torso. She said, baby, look at this now, baby. You just as fast as them other kids. So the bad stuff come right here, and that baby feels so much better. Instead of telling that kid, if you got that, they gonna blow the wheels off that thing. You try. It'll hurt him, but he know the truth though. You know, and that's what happened with us, and that's what religion did to us. Religion wouldn't tell us the truth, say you don't stand a chance. Religion came along and told us it didn't matter. It told us, even though, like how they taught us about the quote unquote Jews was, they was God people. So they used to be God people. Now I remember that. Think about it. How you convince me in the Christianity and tell me they were his people? That don't make sense. If you think about it, it really doesn't make sense. Why'd I go to church if his people don't go to church? His people, it wouldn't, but unless you convince me that used to be God's people, but now God gave him a new people. And that's what Jesus Christ did. He came, he built the church. So when you see them, oh yeah, that's God's people, used to be. See, people have to sell you lies to get you into things. Versus the book declared, the writing declared, Elohim had never cast away his people. He said that he foreknew. He said he never did it. He said, I don't know how that happened. But why and how did we let people convince us of he had established him a church? And now that overrode everything he said before, because this church was going to establish this new people, and those old people were done away with. He's going back to recover those people. He's going to allow them to recover. Why y'all think we move from Christianity to start moving the way we're moving now? Because he's recovering. I didn't have no problem with Jesus. Unlike these other people, I'm not even telling, I wasn't tossing through my bread to my, that Jay got me. That Jay ain't bothered me not one time. I don't know about the other folks. And then the E and the S and the sauce, and never had the conversation in my bed, never did. Well, it was just like he said, he's I was found in them who wasn't even seeking me, fulfilling what he said. He said, I was found by them, and you hear that, you're trying to figure out, what? He said, see, you weren't even seeking and you found me. Showing you, who else could have told us that? I was found by them that weren't even seeking me. Well, now, I don't know, maybe some other y'all was in here. Well, some of y'all here, we was on a Christian, you talking about, man, I'm telling you, it's like something like bothering me at night, getting me up, like, got to get out this Christian, I got to come. No, didn't happen. Wasn't bothering me. They just, when he come to a point, he would come to start to look at, it's time for it to make some changes. Sometimes the changes can't be too drastic, because they're too drastic, people will faint. Just like it was when he brought them people out from Mizraim, he took them around the long way. You know, he said there was a shorter way. He said, but they would have fainted. If he would have hit us with everything at one time and said, listen, y'all, this to complete what we not there, but this is what we know now. This everything right here get y'all started. I said, what a friend we have in Jesus. That could have been too much. Overwhelmed, that's being honest. The fact that he knows how to bring you into things. You know what I'm saying? To get you into things where you can start, okay, it's practical when I sit down and consider versus how I've seen things in years past. You got what I'm saying? I appreciate that. Because, I mean, if people, he let them get it, overwhelm you and quit. Oh, yeah, he can blow you out. When it comes down to knowledge, it's always more information. So you got information, find information. Everybody has an opinion on things. Then you have to look up people's credibility on opinion. Now, does that mean the person with the most degrees had the more accurate information? No. So now you have to sit down and you got to weigh things based off of practicality and what you do know. You know what I'm saying? what lines into consistent with what he'll do and how he more or less mandate things. That's kind of what you have to start looking at. And you have to be able to sit down and decipher, look at, to know the difference between tube and Rocha. Hello? Come on, what y'all think people doing? Why y'all think people doing a lot of stuff they're doing now? Because they can't decipher what's the difference between tube and Rocha, good and evil, right and wrong, hot and cold. Hello? That's one of the big, why y'all think all these different religions and different sects? Even with Yehudi, everybody different. Because everybody has a different ideology of what's right and wrong. Everybody have a different ideology of the do's and the do-nots. Hello? Okay. Here we are. I mean, some of them have been, we was remember how many, like similar Hebrew Israelites, just one camp. I thought, oh, the other one, you should just go there a couple of times. You had to drive him home. He'd get through drinking, smoking beaters. Yeah. Take your pastor, I got to stop by the store to buy some beaters. My pastor, give me a bill too. Yeah. And Ray, how many different camps you remember? God the mother. Blow them campfires. How many camps though? 4 or 5. How many camps? Oh, 2 camps. I don't know, we'll camp though, we'll build them. But we build camp. I made a bad argument, I don't know. What they consider a camp? I be thinking about a camp. I be thinking of sitting outside around the fire. I be honest with y'all. Do anybody else see like that? When I'm thinking, they say, yeah, I'm under camp. I'm thinking camp. Y'all outside in the teepees or the tents. But I know they're in a big, y'all remember such camp. I be like, oh, camp. So y'all sitting around a little fire and all roasting marshmallows and stuff with them hot dogs. Anybody, how many of y'all used to burn trash in the country? Okay. Hold on for a minute. Hold on. Let me look at everybody's hand. That one says stop. Put them back down. I'm doing right. Let me see. How many of y'all used to roast the hot dog, cook them over the trash, burn the trash? Burn trash. Hold on for a minute. Yeah, burn trash. How many grew up in the country burn trash? Because first of all, in Japan, you used to do that, burn trash.
My dad lived in the country. My dad's family is in.
What part
I'll
of
say
it?
this here. In the summertime, all the kids had to go stay with grandparents.
Yeah, now that's true.
So
We did that.
all the kids got to go stay with grandparents.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
right.
deep country.
Yeah. It's true now. I remember that. We used to have to go to the country in the summertime. She on her said something. Interesting. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Boy, I sure hated them nigga boy damn. Woo, but you tell us that was some bad hate I had too. It's bad. Man, you got them, man, them mosquitoes don't never respect you to fly. Man, you guys, them niggas ain't got no time. Man, we would catch them June bugs. They be green. You remember the bug? Woo, them things, listen, they be about that big. You catch them, and you tie a piece of thread on their leg. You let them fly. You said, what the world? Man, I'm praying Matthew be on the side of that house, humping them other insects. You know, that joker be on their blood like that, weighing them out, sucking the blood like them jokers. I said, he must be praying, don't you move, please, don't let them move. I'm getting my groove thing on right now. All them praying, man, it was rough down there. That country was rough. Man, it be a whole lot of spots ain't got no grass. And that dirt be hot, and that white dirt is the worst dirt you want to see. Man, that sand on that dirt, when you go on that dirt road, and them shoes off, boy, that thing just, your foot hot. You had your foot in that sand be cooking, but it was rough. And when you hit that big toe on one of them rocks in that ground, and that meat come out that big toe up down, boy, you be hurting a long time. Man, you get in somebody's car, dirt be all up your leg like that. You look kid, listen, all this white dirt. All that dirt. You get in somebody's car, it's white dirt. You look at them kids, you like, you ain't getting this car. Man, it was rough back then. But y'all didn't used to burn the hot dogs over the trash. You said you to wash yours. Marshmallow. They had, in Laurel County, they had marshmallows. Jones County. Ain't no way, I don't believe it. You believe that they had invented marshmallow down there? No, I don't believe that. We ain't had no marshmallow. They ain't buy no stuff like that. We had them, my aunt, listen, she went to the store, there was a pack like about like that here, full of them little red cheap hot dogs. Okay. When you put them in the water turned, the color come off in the water. And we'd probably put some, if you'd have poured some sugar in that water and cooled it, it'd been a hot link watermelon Kool-Aid. I'm telling you, man, hot dog Kool-Aid, I might make that up now. Man, listen, we to get them things, they used to tell us, they'll tell you like eating raw hot dog. Oh, we couldn't wait. We're going to the refrigerator. Put your money at. Man, you be outside, walk around them things, you chewing your cold hot dog. Man, we cut a hanger, put that thing on there, we burn the trash, hang it on the trash. That thing fall out, hit the trash, go down, take it inside the house, rinse it off, go back, start eating. Back then, stuff didn't kill you. You can eat trash. I'm telling you this. Man, that thing fell in that trash, like, bro, you wasn't going to say, let it, you got to get that up and rinse it off. They ain't play that stuff, you can't do that. You can't throw it in, man, you sat somewhere down, a roast ran crowd down. Man, that extra food, you got to keep going. In the country, man, listen, man, you can't keep no roast. Man, everybody welcome. You know, you might come in there, man, I'm telling you, man, you wake up, man, you getting ready to go outside and a roach got your shoes on and already outside. You see your shoes straight, go out and step like that. You said, go early, nigga. Listen, man, in the country, man, you got to know how to enjoy yourself. Old raggedy wooden screen door, that thing out there, when they open and slaps, you know you're in the country. Or some of them things clap and slap, clap, clap, clap. And boy, them good old days. But I mean, eating stuff fell on the ground. Everything back there was even possum piss, it was clean. You know, if something get on the ground, I mean, everything out there, you kiss up the garden and keep going. Boy, we did a lot of kissing in the country. Like now, if you drop something and you catch it right here, don't eat it. Okay, something out your mouth, you catch it, just go ahead and throw it on the ground and mash it. Don't eat it. I'm telling you. It's dangerous. Now, this is a whole new world, young folk. I don't want you to get out here and try that stuff like we used to. You see your kid out of the store, you got to slap him in the neck week. Back then, that was just a kid out there picking up there. Going. Man, you better die across with the elbow and lay your kid out. I don't care if it's a mop floor. Knock them out. I'm talking about knock them and run them unconscious and snatch it back and they tongue out. It's that dangerous out here now. All right, we're going to talk a little bit. This is Romans 14, 15, 4. Yeah. Oh, we still had work up here for last time. How far did we get? All right, let's see. 15, 4. Whew. All right, listen.
For what things soever Nikatab were Nikatab for our Lamed, that through endurance in the Nakum of the Kitabim we might have Tikva.
That's our goal. And we might have expected wait. We never did finish. Let's see this Romans 10. Let's see over there. Let's see something. There's something came to my mind. Maybe we'll look at that and see. Came to my mind. Let's see. We did it. We'll try to roll through 10 and 1. So we got through something. Come on, read. Ask you who will see fit. Listen. Okay. Good read. Your mic on?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Akim, the will of my Lab, indeed, and my Palal to Elohim is for them unto Yeshua.
And we talked about that salvation. And we talked about the need of understanding what salvation was, then understand what you're being delivered from. So I think you appreciate the situation. Listen.
For I bear them witness that they have a zeal of Elohim, but not according to knowledge.
But see that not according to knowledge. What happened?
For they, not knowing the Sadak of Elohim and seeking to establish their own, have not submitted themselves to the Sadak of Elohim.
Oh, let's stop. So we said that. That's tight. For they not knowing the Sadak, which is Sadak would be for justice, just, or him being just. And can we see what just mean as far as English? And then maybe from there? I'm thinking maybe we'll go into almost in a judgmental type statement or meaning. That's what I'm thinking. Just. Okay. Based on or behaving according to what is, see, here we got these problems right here. There's more, we don't know. Based on or behaving according to what is right or fair. So that's That can be proven. So let me ask y'all a question. Hands. Situation that we can find to kind of illustrate that. Okay, here we go. All right, I want the right answer before I get Chris. Who got the right answer? I know it, but we can't let women answer. I know you got it, though. I see it. Who we got? Right answer. That's it. Discuss among yourselves. Oh, hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Hold on for a minute. Who heard what I said I want? Right on. Why Carrie said, I got one. What did that mean? He said, I got one. That's why that check up there. See, Carrie, I thought you weren't going to do nothing else. You said, you supposed to say, I have the answer, not I have one. I mean, I have one, so when he said wrong, well, let me use my other one. So, now I got Ryan, that's a good chance. That's a two. We're going to try Chris. Hold on, y'all know who outrank y'all now. Oh, Hump, the only one on that suicide. I know they went and put him in the bathroom. They heard me ask, who got it? They said not tonight. They're not doing it. They done duct tape that man to the toilet. All right. Now, Austin had his hand up first. No, I'm sorry. No. Chris had a hand up first. Then we had, who was up next? Cooking. Hold on, Dwayne had a hand up. That's time. Now let the audience vote. What y'all think, audience? Oh, hold on. We got Marshall Lee Jarrett back now. Hold on, that's all right. That man been recovering back up and everything. He been healed all up. He probably got the wrong answer. The right answer. No. Oh, all right, we got right. Whoa. Not on him and John done discussed it out and everything. John said, you throw your membership out. That's tight out here. Jahid, you ain't jumping out. Jahid shaking his head. You ain't jumping out one. Oh, we got in now. Goodness. Let's see what happened over here. Now, we got two I want to hear in. You know you would get you now. Got Jared and Dwayne here. We tight. We about to know Chris. What y'all thinking, Chris? Right answer, wrong answer? Right. All right, let's do that. Do that, Chris. Close your eyes so we don't have no hard feelings. How many of y'all say Chris gonna get the wrong answer? God, that tight, that pressure. All right, now. They ain't got nothing. He said, oh, yeah. Now y'all know we got to go with Chris now, right? So we got to know, right? Now let's look at the question again. See that? It's based on according to being right or fair. All right, let's see. Let's go back to look at what he said, how we get here. So y'all can assess your answer again. For they not knowing the Sadak of Elohim and seeking to establish their own, have not submitted themselves to the Sadak of the right or wrong judgment of Elohim. Y'all understand the question? Now, see how you see people change now. Now, where the people want to answer that question again, where their hands at? Now, let me say two dropped out. See, when you go back over the question, Carrie back in now. Carrie, I want your answer so bad. I want to put another check up there. I got more bite blood out my lip. I want to put a check up there so bad. So we got to go with Chris because a lot of folk voted. Chris, you got to close your eyes. Let's see again. How many of y'all say you're going to get it wrong? All right. You know I'm with you. All right, I'm with you, Chris. We ready? You ready, Chris? Yes, here we go. Y'all ready? Yes, all right. Right answer. Here you go, Chris. Let it go, Chris. Bam! There we go. Wrong answer. I told you every time. Give yourselves a hand clap with it. Woo! See, he was moving too fast. See, Jared went back. He did it right. He said, hold on for a minute now. Because sometimes, you know what happens when folk talk, you say, let me jump in here, and you might have forgot what the question was. We said, hold on for a minute. Not that one. All right, let's go. Now, who else we had that was out there ready? Oh, yeah. Let's try in for a moment. You still in it? Yes, sir. We got Hump in the hall. Now, Hump, we got to go to Hump next. Then we come back. All right, here come in. Okay, he's setting up too. He's leaning forward. Now, go ahead. You can lean forward. They help you concentrate better. You ready? He's leaning forward. He's serious with that thing. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and give him that answer, Ian. Who? Benima Yasharal. That's the whole book! And instead of Benima Yasharal, And we need a situation. But he was in the spirit. It was moving. That thing, it will bounce. You know how it will bounce. Chris had it. You got it. Win. Now we got Hump. Y'all gonna let Hump loose? Man, that's bad. I seen somebody shake their head and say, "Oh my goodness." Hump, look at that. Y'all gonna mess around and Hump gonna be right. Oh, hold on. We got a caution. Man, that's a lot y'all gonna get passed though. It's some folk gonna come out the Whitworth. I ain't used to this. All right, here we go. He got a Hump in the house. Y'all ready? For everybody, remember, let's do this. This is hypothetical. Let's say, no, I want to. This, he walked out. He said, no, I'm not doing that. It's hypothetical. No, let's just say this. We gonna get your answer. Just say now, they needed that answer right here to save them. Right now, because your name supposed to translate to like Savior. Ain't it right? The English Joshua supposed to be in it. Ain't it Savior or something? All right, salvation, Savior. Let's see. Nigga, I seen somebody got a match, start burning stuff, said we go. All right, you ready? Here you go, let's go. Bam! Y'all go ahead and pour gas on him. No. Woo! That's tight. Who we going with now? Okay. All right, let's go. Now he might mess around here and shock y'all. Let's do this. I want you to close your eyes. How many of y'all said Kasha gonna shock y'all with the right answer? Yeah. Oh, it's supposed to, okay. Kasha saw my hand. I better go ahead and just, all right, come on, Kasha. It's the folks, they believe in you, Kasha. It's out there. All right. Who? Hold on, say it louder. Bam, show them. Go ahead here. Adam and Kaua. Did you just get here? They ever said Adam and Kaua over there? All the folks that believe in him, I want y'all to get your name up there and put that name in there and put a check by it. Mine too, I know better than that. I don't know what I was thinking. Go ahead, Lee, put our name up there, put mine up there, put a check by mine. I know better than that. But I believe I said this is it. All right, hold on, let me say this. Here you go. Let's say that. Yeah, now who, don't try that, don't come Smitty. Her name up there, try to ease out. Yeah, get that name there and put that check up there. We know better than that. Good as a huh? I want to say Boston. Was Boston back then? Did Boston like he had it? Oh, you had your hand up. Oh, you had your hand. You believe it? Make sure you get that check. Go get that. Good, it was a lot of. Oh, you came ready. Man, y'all up here for a confession. Bring the mic up here. Goodness. Man, like a confession line up here, don't it? All right, we're going. Yeah, she in now. Oh, look at Prince. He's talking about Smitty in now too. Oh, Smitty and Jermaine dressed like, y'all might be twins. Separated at birth. Yeah. About 30 years. So now, see, we need, now who is somebody we ain't seen in a long time? I know Ryan had that hand. Oh, hold on, we got to do this. This Ernie. That's what I'm talking about. Look at that, Ernie, look at her. She believing in Ernie. Ernie, you got to get this right, Ernie. Look at that, Ernie. Ernie, she's so proud of you right now coming through that wrong door. That's what I'm talking about. No, you right now. You good, mister. Come on. Hold on. Let's take a breather. We're going to do this. Listen, this is the $1 million question. What situation are we going to use to better understand what we read? Hold on. Turn around the other way. First the other way. First. Now, how many of y'all? You can't be looking around. Need to close your eyes. She looking around like, who? All right. Who's saying he gonna get it wrong? Hand. That's tight. All right, we're gonna see now. We're gonna look and see. All right, don't try to change up later now. Let's see. All right, Ernie. Y'all ready? Hold on, Webber. Y'all ready? Oh, y'all can see. Hold on, the faded way. How about y'all out there? How many of y'all say you can get it wrong? What that Chimp? What you think, Chimp? Wrong, right or wrong? All right, they going with Ernie. That's it. Second time, the hole started blazing. All right, we hardly get the gas, y'all in trouble. All right, here we go. There you go. Thank you. That's it. Come on.
I was thinking that Shaul.
Shaul. Tell me about Shaul.
Well, if I'm not mistaken, he was.
Well, you laughing at that. Well, no. Go ahead. What happened? No. What happened? You said you were thinking.
No, I think it was the book of maybe
Shoppertine.
I'm getting mixed up, but it was told to
You talking about in Second Samuel? Hold on, stop. Hold on. We ain't got but one wrong. Why you didn't get that answer? Come on, yeah. That's it. Beth Shopper team, 15, and he supposed to went up. They supposed to kill Agag and everybody with him.
Right. Okay. I got the book wrong.
No, you said Shopper team.
Yeah. So he kept some of the choice.
He kept the one that he should have utterly destroyed.
Right.
Huh?
It's wrong.
Bring out the gas! No, they did. No, that was good. That's a good attempt. That's good. Y'all all right. Ray, we got your answer. Okay, here we go now. We narrowing it down. Oh, hold on. For the second time. Oh, boss, you saying you got it? Oh my goodness. He said for the sake of time. Y'all hear that? For the sake of time, y'all want to do that one. He said, yeah, all eyes fasten on him. All right, boss, tell him what situation. He said for the second time. You know what I should have had? I should have had them wrote it down and counted it to y'all team. That way they couldn't have changed them. Okay, it's a false one. Huh?
If we get it right, we get all the wins ever.
Hold on. Was Ray in a group with you or separate?
Me and Ray in the same group. We can talk about
Y'all was in the same group. Boss was in a group back there.
it. No, I wasn't right. You're right.
He was separate. He was in a different group. Let's do this. Save time. I'm trying to just save it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to read it. I want to see who would have got it. You remember the group you were with, though?
Group 2.
Who he was with you?
Me and Ryan together.
Don't you go over there. No. You can't go. No, you can't go over there. I want to see what that's at. Let's do this. Y'all just put it in the thread. That way I'll find out right now so I can move on. Oh, yeah, no. I want you, your name will come up. Put it in because I'm finna put the answer up, though. But I don't want that when I put it. That's the one right there. How many of y'all know they going to pull that? That's the one he asked me out. That was really my first answer. Who going to be saying that? Somebody I want to put in the thread. Mm-hmm. How I'm going to change it? Put it, and don't try to take it out either. All right, hold on. So, hold on for a minute. Oh, you know what I'm doing? Hold on. I got to do this. No. No, don't put it. Don't do it. I already know how they're going to work out. Do this. Oh, you did? All right, well, no, that's fine. Go ahead. Well, you good. Go ahead. Everybody put your answer down. Who got it? Now, you can put it in the thread. I'm going to go ahead and move on. So I can go ahead. Go put it in there before I get ready to move. I'll give y'all 5 more seconds. Put your answer in there. And we'll check. Oh, what you got, Alex? Hold on. You got an answer. Okay, Alex got an answer. Go ahead. While he getting an answer, y'all put it in the thread. Everybody have your own answer now. Go ahead. Who been teaching you? Who been teaching you? He said the Ruach HaKodesh. Huh? All right, so listen. Let's back up for a second. We'll go back to 1. I'm gonna come down to 3. Then I take it and I show y'all how I process it. And I process it when I read it. Okay? So I show y'all how to process the system, how I looked at it. Okay? Let's look at that. I'm sure it's other ways, but I'm telling you, Akeem, the will of my law, where they put desire, indeed of a truth, and my palau, I'm asking, Elohim is for them unto Yeshua. Why am I asking for Yeshua for them? Who knows? Give me. Why? Because they ain't have it. I can't be asking for salvation if they had it. I'm asking because they don't have it. Okay, let's go with it. Why am I asking for food for people that's already got food? You'll be asking for people that don't have it. So you're asking for people that don't have it. This is Yasharal. Listen why. Listen what he's saying. For I bear them witness that they have a zeal of Elohim, but not according to the range of information. So he's telling you why to it fit. He's not just asking. He's saying there's some reverence to, there's some relevance to why. You know what I'm saying? There's some things that they display. Because I can go around and say, you know what? My heart desire is for alcoholics that they might be saved. For they better in child molester, alcoholic, drunk child molester, a sadomasochism, that he might be saved. For I bear him record he have a zeal. Would that make sense? Why? Because nothing he's doing even is even in the realm of salvation. It makes no like people going, I'm just going out praying for people to get salvation. No, he's letting you know why. Who is he asking for? This is for Yasharal. This is already, he told you, this is my son. So it all makes sense to ask for it for them. Y'all got it. On top of the fact, I'm telling you, they have some relevance. They have something that's significant that ties into them connected to obtaining it. You got it. It ain't just, you can't just want salvation. I'm just asking salvation. You have to do something conducive to salvation. You guys are here. You don't have to, do all of you have it? Because you have to start displaying some things. Don't think people taught us like, well, you want just asking. Here on the main line, tell them what you want. See, these are good songs that make you feel. It doesn't work that way. This is Yasharal, his son, and he said his son is not saved. But he's going through telling you the man has some things that are right, but it's not according to knowledge. Some of the things he do that he displays are in the realm. Y'all get are in the somewhat of the criteria, but it's not all he doesn't have all the information. Because then he's going to tell you why. Listen. Verse. For they not knowing. So it makes sense. He's telling you. It wouldn't make sense to say, because they know. It don't make sense. He's telling you they have a zeal, but not knowledge. Then to say they know. No, they don't know. They're not knowing the Sadah. They don't understand what's just or right and wrong with Elohim. And then so that left them to seek and establish what? Their own, and have not submitted themselves to the Sadah of Elohim. That makes sense. Now answer. How about that? I processed it when I read it. Y'all read it? I seen it smiling. You got the answer? I don't know. You don't know? Who ain't here know the answer right? That's what I'm talking about. Here's a man not afraid to fail. Not just messing. He might be, all right, here's the answer. Y'all ready for it? How many of y'all ready for the answer? Let's talk for a minute. Now I'm messing. All right. Why y'all staring at me like that? How many know what the first letter start with? Yes. Wow. I'm on the wrong side. It start with an S. What is it? Barber sheet. Beth Shamuel. $12 and 1. None of them had it. That's why you pay me. Y'all have been guessing all day. Let's see how it works. Well, let's do this now. Let's say this now. Now, just because I wrote that don't mean the way I process it could be right. You heard that, Buster? Y'all heard that, Justin? Justin, I mean, Buster. You good, Buster? That man just insulted me. I said, just because I wrote that don't mean I could be right. He said, that's right. No, you was in the spirit, right? Now, let's say this Beth Shamuel chapter 12. We'll read down. Let's look at something. How about that? So our goal is but let me say this. Don't be amazed. I'm going to look at things a little different sometimes than how you might look at it, but let's see when you see the answer, you can see how I think and how I pick up things. Because as I'm reading, I might hit something and say, okay, this makes sense. It's got to make sense to me. Look, you're talking about somebody, the man told Pharaoh, he said, that's my son. Who wouldn't say this son? Let me get this straight. Anybody got a kid in here? Little kid in here? I'm just use her, even though we use a female. Yeah. Tommy, she drowned. That's your child, right? So adopted this child you found somewhere? That's your child. She drowned. What you do? Sit there and just look. What you do? Let's go get her and save her. So he talking about, he said they're not saved. He said, that's my son. I need to kind of figure what's going on here and see what situation is. What happened here? Y'all got what I'm saying? Because I tell you, as a Christian, I ain't paying no whole attention to that. Brother, my heart is out of Yasharal, for Yasharal that they might be saved. I bet on record, and that's how we read, we going. I understand. I'm thinking, I understand what you're saying. I'm not thinking about the relevance of looking at what I need to compare this against. Because then he's telling me something I really didn't look at the same time. He said they have a trait. That's how you say in a zeal, they got a trait. You know what I'm saying? They have a characteristic. But he said, but it ain't according to knowledge, though. You know what I'm saying? Some people can have something, and some people have ideal about some things, but they don't have the proper teaching of it to really understand it. And some people just naturally know how to do carpentry, but they don't understand the rules and regulations of how it works. You say, I can see you do have a zeal about it, but you don't have all the information. You see what I'm saying? There's other people can have like some skills about you, right? You don't really know the game. You know how to shoot, I can see, but you don't really know. People, man, I know how to shoot. That's not basketball, the game, because you know how to shoot. You know, that's part of it. Am I correct? It's rules, other stuff. But I'm a good shooter. I know how to shoot. That doesn't mean you really know the game. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody even draft you, put you on the team. Okay? We'll get on here second. Beth, Shamawal, they'll call 2 Samuel 12:1, please. That's how that work out. So we read from this side, the Greek translated, supposed to the English. Listen.
And Yahuwah shalak Nathan the Nabi to Daud, and he went in to him.
I'm sorry, Olive. Hold on for this one. No, I'm sorry. Malachi, Olive, Malachi 12:1. 1 Kings 12:1. Yes. Now, did y'all hear that answer? Oh, okay. Well, it's in the text thread, ain't it? See that? Good deal. All right, y'all got it now. If it done came after the time, y'all be watching. All right, listen.
And Malak Rehoboam goes to Sycamore, for all Yashra were coming to Sycamore to make him Malak.
Listen.
But Jeroboam, the ben of Nebat, who was yet in Mizraim, a fugitive from the Pani of Malak Shama of his moot, returned out of Mizraim.
Mm-hmm.
And the spoke to Malak Rehoboam, saying, Thy Abba made our yoke heavy.
See that? Listen what happened. Mm-hmm. Listen.
But do thou now lighten somewhat of the hard service of thy Abba, and of his heavy yoke which he put upon us, and we will serve thee.
Shakani, adore thee.
And he said to them, Depart for 3 yamim and return to me. And they departed.
Mm-hmm.
And the Malak referred to the Zakanim who stood before Shalom his Abba while he was yet Kai, saying, How do ye advise that I should answer this on?
Mm-hmm.
And they spoke to him, saying, If thou wilt this yom be a bard to this arm, and wilt serve them, and wilt speak to them to Dabarim, then will they be thy abadim continually.
Mm-hmm.
But he forsook the counsel of the old Anashim, which they gave him, and consulted with the young Anashim who were brought up with him, who stood in his pani.
Listen.
And he said to them, What counsel do ye give? And what shall I answer to this arm who speak to me, saying, Lighten somewhat of the yoke which thy Abba has put upon us?
Mm-hmm.
And the young Anashim who had been brought up with him, who stood before his pani, spoke to him, saying, Thus shalt thou say to this arm who hath spoken to thee, saying, Thy Abba made our yoke heavy, and do thou now lighten it from off us. Thus shalt say to them, my little thicker than my Abba's loin. And whereas my Abba did lade you with a heavy yoke, I also will add to your yoke. My Abba chastise you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. And all Yasharal came to Malak Rehoboam.
Who is it? Who?
And all Yasharal came to Malak Rehoboam on the 3rd yom, as the Malak spoke to them, saying,
Do what?
Return to me on the 3rd yom.
And they did what he told them. So that's a zeal. They had a sense to do it. They ain't come back on the 4th day, did they? Did they come back 2 days? He told them when he told them to come back.
3rd yom.
And when did they come back? They got a zeal. Listen.
And the Malak answered the arm harshly, and Rehoboam forsook the counsel of the old Anashim which they counseled him. And he spoke to them according to the counsel of the young Anashim, saying, My Abba made your yoke heavy, and I will add to your yoke. My Abba chastised you with whips, but I will chastise you with scorpions. And the Malak Shama not to the arm, because the change was from Yahuwah.
You said what happened to the people now?
And the Malak Shama not to the arm, because the change was from
And the
Yahuwah.
Malak hearkened not to the people because the change came from who?
Yahuwah,
What happened?
that he might establish his debar, which he spoke by Achiah the Selonite concerning Jeroboam the ben of Nebat.
What happened?
And all Yasharal saw that
You saying Yehuda did what?
and all Yasharal saw that the Malak did not shama to them.
And what did they do?
And the answered the Malak, saying, what portion have we in Daud?
And what happened?
Neither have we any inheritance in the ben of Yashi. Depart, O Yasharal, to thy tents. Now feed thine own bed, Daud.
Let's go back now to the 10th chapter of the book of Romans, verse 3. Well, I'll do 1. Come down. Y'all tell me if it makes sense to you. How about that? 10 and 1 Romans. What a reason he had us stuck over here for a minute. A king, the will of my Lord, indeed, and my palau to Elohim is for them unto Yeshua. For I bear them witness that they have a zeal. So he told them to come back through there. They can say, man, bum, I ain't got time. They don't tell what I want to hear now, I'm gone. They came back. He told them to come back through there. What did they do? This is a sign of obedience. They didn't come back 3.5 days. He said they came back. He told them 3 days. They came back in 3 days. They let him along. Why wouldn't I come back? He told me to do something. But not according to, that's right. For they not knowing, third verse. For they not knowing the Sadak of Elohim. They didn't know that Elohim had already told Jeroboam that he was going to establish and give him 10 of the Matah. They didn't know that. He just told you they were ignorant. Let me tell you something for a second, okay? You think it made sense that they knew that was from Elohim, that they were going to turn around and walk off? Nobody told them. We learned about it from reading. He said the change was from me. He was going to go with what the old men told him. But he changed it. You think Elohim told them the change is from me and they walked off? No. They had a zeal. That's why they came back. But they didn't know. So guess what they did? You see to it, we're going to do our own thing. You ain't going to believe it. That's been your problem. We had a zeal, but we didn't have the information to understand the sadak, that it was going to be just what he was doing. That's what you do when you don't know. You're going to establish your own. There's no reason for me to submit myself. If I don't see the way, it don't make sense to me, then what I got to do? And it'll be, well, guess what? It could be, I just don't know what his sadak is. Okay. Let's see. 6:44, the book of, did that make sense? You say you had that. Did that make sense though, y'all? Huh?
Team 2 had the answer.
Okay, team 2. Now, who is team 2? Who on team 2?
The champions.
Oh, the champions. Okay, I hear that, team 2. What team you on, Boston? Team, who all on team 1? He got the right answer? Who? Oh. Oh, good. He said, what? Hold on. I ain't look what the team 2 answer was. Oh, he did?
No, he did.
What? Kerry ready to fight. Kerry a lot. Yeah, listen.
He said Jeroboam and Maureen, that's not it.
He said Jeroboam and who?
And Maureen. I don't know what he was talking about.
Oh, yeah, he'll go there.
I got it right here, preacher.
You got it right there. Oh, it's in now. We got to get. So you got some money. Boss got it right. But for everybody, does it make sense when you start looking at? Because you got to think about it. You got to look at where you find that Yasharal did it. Because just because Shaul stated something, and you could take it and you say, okay, well, I believe it, he said it. But that's not how you're supposed to believe it. Amana. You're supposed to amana as the Sefer has said, the scriptures. The Kitab have said it, right? Those are the writings. So we had to go back through the writings to verify. Y'all got to remember this. Anybody can say something, anything. So when it comes down to it, how he validates himself is, go back and look and see that it happened. That's all he said. Go back and just see that it happened. So when you say, man, it don't make sense. I mean, why he wouldn't save Yasharal? They went through all that with him, and he wouldn't even save them. Well, I can tell you why. Because they were ignorant. They didn't know, and not knowing, they went and set their own stuff up. And they did not submit themselves, because had they submitted to leadership, they'd have sat there and said, we'll take it. As hard as it was, as strict as it was, they were supposed to follow leadership. He set somebody over, and they was already been taught, that's who you're supposed to set down, that's who you're supposed to follow. But when they saw their own way, and because I'll be honest with you, I ain't see it, that's your problem. Now you got to ask yourself why you didn't see it. You got what I'm saying? And get what they teach us now. You ain't going to believe what we wanted to come to saying. How we supposed to halal? By amunah, not by sight. Abraham didn't lead there by sight. He left there by amunah. They didn't see it, that's why they left. See what I'm saying? And, now, and when we look at that, and we look at their mistakes, we go back because we're trying to make sure we don't be guilty of the same thing. It's hard to see. It's hard to see some of the things he tells us to do, especially when other things come in at you. You get something come at you, just think about how we're looking at it. Okay, we lost one, okay? We lost Daud, we lost Solomon. We knew he was the seed, he set up, he placed over. And right with a disarray, although Rehoboam, the son, the ben of Solomon is here, he not him. And we followed, and it was already hard on us. And then you say it's gonna get harder? I ain't in here for that. I ain't come here for that. I'm out. So now they had a zeal, but now he come in and let you know they didn't have the information. And you can look at how some of that critical, like they did what any of us would do. They didn't do nothing, no doubt. I'm not finna criticize. I'd be the last one. What do you do when you don't know? It's dangerous when you know when you do it. But that's just a matter of him allowing you to know. We only knowing it from the right, and he said, the change came from me. That would have made the whole difference. Now you got to ask yourself, was it my intent on, in order to fulfill what it was or complete? Let's go with Tommy. In order to complete what he said, it had to happen this way. Had they seen it, they wouldn't have left. Then what he told Rehoboam would have never happened. Let's back up. See that the 11th chapter of the book? Let's see. How about that we back up? Aleph Mal Akim, the 11th chapter. We are familiar with how Solomon fell. The book said he harbored many strange women. All the one we were told not to get. That's how he fell. Okay? Even Nakum Yah came back talking about. Jump down probably about the 11th verse. 12. Let's see what, I think they give his name different. They had a Kaya. I think it's like, I forgot the name, man. Let's see. It'll be later. You'll find out why he was in exile. It told you he was in Mizraim in exile. Solomon didn't like him. The writer declared he didn't like him. He didn't like Jeroboam. He didn't like, y'all didn't know that? He didn't care for him. They say he saw he was industrious. He had a real difference with him. So it makes sense why he was in exile. He used to be over the military, but he wasn't a fan of him. So he was in exile. Let's see what happened. Am I down far enough? Let's go. Let's see. We'll start 11:11. Listen.
And Yahuwah said to Solomon, because it has been thus with
You said
thee.
Solomon? I think it means Solomon. Come on.
Because it had been thus with thee, and thou hast not kept my Amar and my ordinances, which I Amar thee, I will surely rend thy Malkuth.
Now what is rend? Tear? He was going to tear. Listen. He said, because you hadn't hearkened. You didn't listen. So now we listen to what I'm saying. Okay. Now I'm going to rend. I'm going to tear it from you, out of your hands. Listen.
And give it to thy Abad.
See, now I'm going to give it to your Abadim. Give it to one of your servants. Listen.
Only in thy Yamim I will not do it for Daud, thy Abba's sake.
You see that? For the sake. See, all this, even when he came with chest time, he looked at, I can't do it that way. Because I told him that his men were going to set over Yasharal. So if I rent and tear it now, they're going to start to think, they won't have an understanding and realize that's not who I was talking about. See, even though he set it up this way, it was still with perplexity. So a lot of people looked at Solomon as probably who? Yahushua. Because it was going to come from the house and from the loins of Dawood. So if you go and rent it from now, somebody's going to get confused and get thrown and felt like he couldn't do what he said. But he let him know, I'm going to rent it because you didn't keep my Amar. Some other people would have caught and realized that couldn't be him. The Easter Allah, he ain't going to call to come from Dawood, going to keep all this statute ritual. He told him what to do. He could have been, but it's not possible because of the flesh. He let him know if he halak. All the day he had halak in it. He couldn't do it all his days. See, that's the problem we got. That's why we needed somebody to come in and get us to perfection, to show us how to get this thing right, okay? So now he let him know, and this is how it happened. Because you wouldn't keep it, because you walked away, now I'm going to tear it from your hand. Yet I won't do it in the days while you Kai. Listen.
I will take it out of the hand of thy bend.
Listen, see that? He already, look at him. Nothing threw it, but he let him know I'm going to do it. I'm going to take it from your son. You think Yashua knew this? No, they didn't know this. This is what he's telling Solomon. That I'm going to take it out, I'm going to rent it, tear it from you, and I'm going to take it out of the hand of your son. I ain't going to do it while you're living. Come on.
Only I will not take away the whole Malkuth. I will give one Matah to thy bend for Daoud my Abad's sake.
And y'all already know who that is, ain't it? That's Yehuda. He let him know because he said, I'm going to let him keep one. And see, people don't know how that had to happen. He had to do that way. That way Yasharah wouldn't magnify themselves against us. Y'all didn't even realize that. You were taught that in the book of Zechariah. He told you that Daoud was going to be his Elohim. I taught you in the 12th chapter of the book of Zechariah. He told you about the tribe, what he was going to do to the Matah Yehuda. He said that Yashra don't magnify themselves again. When he went to, let me ask you something, when he went to Pharaoh, he told him to let my being Yehuda go. Yashra. So you going to try to explain to Yashra how you going to excel them? We know all the tribes, so everybody looking, Yehuda. And we were told this. Our great father, our great Abba, Jacob already told her. He told him, Yehuda, he said, thou are he of whom your Akim were going, they were going to halak you. They were going to call you. They're going to adore you. That's it. He's going to set us above. He let them know they're going to, listen, they're going to tahalim you. They're going to praise you. Matter of fact, Yehuda is celebrate. People celebrate it. Okay. Let's see. Come on.
And for the sake of Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen.
Listen.
And Yahuwah cum up an enemy to Shalomah,
Oh.
Adur, the Adumim, and Isram, being of Eliada, who in Ramah, Adizar, Malak Suba, his master, and Anashim gathered to him, and he was head of the conspiracy, and he seized on Damascus.
How many of y'all know where Damascus at? That's in Syria. It may belong, most of Syria belong to Yasharal. If he sees Damascus, they teach you at Damascus that Damascus is in Syria, so like it belonged to the Muslims. It did not, it belonged to us. Yehuda had it. Yehuda lost it. You know who reclaimed it for us? Yasharal. And we lost it again. Damascus belonged. Matter of fact, that's what Shaul was when he fell off his beast. He was headed to Damascus. We have synagogues there. You watch the news today, they show you Syria, Damascus. It's a Muslim town. What y'all think your oppressor gonna show you? I don't need you going no farther. All you supposed to know is Jerusalem. I don't know where people get it from. Our border spreads further than that. He just told they seized Damascus. So who did Damascus belong to? If it belonged to the Muslim, it wouldn't have had nothing to do with us. It had something to do with you because you actually had Damascus. You had Aleppo, the same place that these people blowing up there over there fighting. And the United States is still in Syria right now fighting. And the city they fighting in, Aleppo was Daoud's city. You don't even find that right in here to tell you that. They have a different name. Daoud actually had a city right there. Aleppo was his city. Can you imagine that? Now imagine, Daoud dwelt in Jerusalem. Yet he had a city. Aleppo, they call Aleppo, that was Daoud's city. Solomon had a city that they blowed up over there too. It was a treasure city. It was an oasis that in the desert. In Syria, all this is in Syria. So now you got to ask yourself, did it really belong to the Syrians or did it belong to you? Now what do you think the historian's going to teach you? Okay, don't worry about it. That's what they want you to, come on, finish up.
And they were adversaries to Yasharal, all the Yamim of Shalomah, and Adar, the Adumim of the seed royal in Adumia. Mm-hmm. And it happened that while Daoud was utterly destroying Adum, while Jacob, captain of the Joab, captain of the Saboth, was going to bury the moot when they slew every male in Adumia.
Uh-huh.
For Joab and all Yasharal abode there 6 Yarik in Idumea until he utterly destroyed every male in Idumea. That Adar ran away, he and all the Idumeans of the Abadim of his Abba with him, and they went into Mizraim, and Adar a little Yalid. And there come up Anashim out of the city.
Stop. Hands. Comparison to who? Hands. Okay, I missed it. One person got it. Put in the thread, I don't believe you. So he finna put it in the thread. You put it in now? Right now. Then Ian gonna tell us who it is. Unless he got a phone, he gonna put it in now. How to watch Jahi, he'll go back and try to erase it. Tell him who you gonna say. He said Yahushua. Who did you say? Y'all missed it? When Adar went over there, he was a little child. He went in Mizraim. So was Yahushua. All right. Them Bible studies at home when watching. It's a photo time. Man, what you gonna be doing later? I'm gonna come on and we just gonna talk to them. That's good. Listen.
And there come up Anashim out of the city of Madiam, and they come to Faran and take Anashim with them, and come to Pharaoh, Malak of Mizraim. And Adar went in to Pharaoh, and he gave him a beth, and appointed him provision. And Adar found great favor in the sight of Pharaoh, and he gave him his Ashah Akuth in marriage.
Stop. Hand. Mimicking who? I can't put in the thread. That's what I believe. It don't take that long. You don't put in there. Young already came up. Don't put in now. They want the answer now. Come on, keep going.
The elder sister of Thek-e-Mina, and the Akuth of Thek-e-Mina bore to him to Adar Ganibath her being, and Thek-e-Mina brought him up in the midst of the Banim of Pharaoh. And I hadn't finished yet.
Can't finish.
And
Tim better rolling at it.
And Ganibath was in the midst of the Benim of Pharaoh. And Adar Shama in Mizraim that Daud slept with his Aboth.
Hold on,
and
stop for a second. Hold on. That meant they were dead. Y'all not gonna do that. Not him. We're not doing that. They're talking, Daud slept with that man? No. He learned he was dead. He was moot. You know what I'm saying? You don't clear this stuff up. There'll be a whole nother homosexual congregation gonna blow up somewhere. All right? You got the answer now yet? That take a long time. I'm talking, you got it now?
Oh, yeah.
They looking bad, because he like looking around like changing the letters.
Everybody got the same answer.
Everybody the same answer. Self-addiction. Kerry got the wrong answer. All right, we're finna find out the answer. Y'all put them down. We gonna see, y'all try to snap them. Do not let them get away. I know these jokers in here. There's some rogues in here. What you got, Ian? Tell them again. Say it loud, they can't hear you. Good. Sit down. Can't get everything right, can it? You know somebody just tell you, yeah, call that Bible study off. All right, who y'all should have had? Y'all should have had Joseph. Yeah, that's who went in Mizraim. He gave him favor, gave him house of provision, gave him a wife. Y'all picking up similarities. That's how y'all picking up similarities. Come on.
in that Joab, the captain of the Shabboth, was mute, and Adar said to Pharaoh, let me go, and I will return to my country. And Pharaoh said to Adar, what lackest thou with me? That lo, thou seekest to depart to thy country. And Adar said to him, by all means, let me go.
All right. Put it down. Who we mimicking? Hands. Hold on. I want it in the thread. Y'all ain't got long. Let's start typing. Anything come after I gave the answer, y'all disregard it. How many of y'all don't know who it mimicking? Don't know. These the honest folk. So everybody here, so they know. That tight. How many of y'all don't know? Okay. Everybody done put the answer in there? Have y'all put y'all answer? Has everybody put their answers in the thread? You say still looking. Because I ain't done it. All right? And you got another wrong answer. I'm just checking. All right, we done put them in yet? The answer don't count now. Answer coming. Tell them who it is, Ian. Tell them who? I can't hear you. Yasharal. Who? Yasharal and Mizraim. No, it's going to be Yaakov when he left Laban. Remember, Pharaoh want to know where he lacked. Remember when Yaakov was down and he told him how he longed to go back to his father. He kept longing to go back to his father's house. See, this not, when y'all watching, y'all just got to kind of watch things that kind of show you certain things, consistency, so you can see that other people had similarities. Okay? Come on. That's all. Come on. I'm reading it with y'all. Come on.
Elohim also come up against him, an adversary, Razan, the ben of Eliada, who had fled from his...
Oh, stop a second. You read right here?
Yes, sir.
The only problem about it, the Greeks said they omitted that text, that verse. I'm curious now why they omitted it. They wrote something. I don't know why they omitted it. So they jumped down from 23, 24 to 25? Is what they did. They omitted 23, 24, and that's at 25? Okay, so they omitted that. The Greeks omitted it. So we can look at both, but just know there's a reason why it had to be omitted. Okay?
Yes, sir.
I'm just putting that. So what did you just do? You read that, 23? So we'll read this, but we'll look at 24 where it picked up at. Just kind of familiarize ourselves on both ends, but from what they're saying, they omitted that text. Okay? Hello? Come on, read. Yeah,
okay,
come on, read.
I'm waiting for you.
All right.
Yes, sir. Elohim also come up against him, an adversary, Razan, the ben of Eliada, who had fled from his master, Adar Razar, the Malak of Sobah. And he gathered Anashim against him, and he became a captain of robbers when Daud slew them of Sobah. And they went to Damascus and dwelt there, and they made him
Let's roll out.
Malak of Damascus.
Okay.
So Adar returned to his country, this the mischief which Adar did, and he was a bitter enemy of Yasharal, and he reigned in the land of Edom.
How many of y'all don't know what Edom is? Edom. Who don't know? Hands. Okay, it's gonna be Mount Seir. This is gonna be Esau. This is gonna be his end. It's called Edom. They'll call it Edom. It's actually Edom. Remember, he has the same similarity. He was a red man, just like Edom was. Hello? He also was the elder. Look at your similarities. Yahushua was a red man. You know why? He was also the elder. Well, Daud had the reddish face, but he wasn't the elder. Okay. All right, come on.
And Jeroboam, the ben of Nabat, the Ephrathite of Syria, the ben of a widow, Abad of Shalomah. And this, the occasion of his lifting up hands against Malak Shalomah.
So now it's telling you the time when this happened, because he used occasion as a favorable time. Come on.
Now Malak Shalomah built the citadel. He completed the fortification of the city of Daud, his Abba. In the east, Jeroboam was very strong.
And
Shalomah saw the young Ish that he was active, and he set him over the levies of the Beth of Yosef.
Which would make sense because he came from Apharim. They put an Ephraim. That would make sense. Apharim was one of the grandsons of
Yaakov.
Was the son of Yosef. I said grandson. Okay, he was the son of Yosef. So it makes sense he would put him over his house because he was from the same tribe of Yosef. Okay, I mean from the same tribe of Apharim. So it makes sense that he would set Jeroboam over that bed. Okay, all right, come on.
And it came to pass at that time that Jeroboam went forth from Jerusalem, and Achiah the Silonite, the Nabi, found him in the Darak,
and
caused him to turn aside out of the Darak. And Achiah was clad with a new garment, and the two alone in the field. And Achiah laid hold of his new garment that was upon him and tore it 12 pieces. And he said to Jeroboam, take to thyself 10 pieces, for thus saith Yahuwah Elohim of Yasharal, behold, I rend the Malkuth out of the hand of Shalomah, and will give thee 10 matah. Yet he shall have 2 matah for my abad Daoud's sake, and for the sake of Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen out of the matah of Yasharal, because he forsook me and sacrificed to Astarte, the abomination of the Sidonians, and to Chismos, and to the idols of Moab, and to their Malak, the abomination of the Banim of Ammon, and he halak not in my Darak, to do that which is Sadiq.
Darakim, plural. To do,
Darakim, to do that which is Sadiq before me, as Daoud his Abba. Howbeit, I will not take the whole Malkuth out of his hand, for I will certainly resist him all the Yamim of his Kai, for Daoud my Abad's sake, whom I have chosen. But I will take the Malkuth out of the hand of his being, and give thee 10 matah.
Now, okay. So now this is what I want y'all to consider. We had to relive it, y'all need to know what happened. So the reason why you need to know what happened, you know he told you where those 2 was when this happened? Where they were? What did he tell you that was significant? So how would you know about it? How would I know that us turning and walking away meant we were gonna fall in his hands? I couldn't have known that because I wasn't there. They were just those 2 in the field alone. See, when he told you when the whole situation, controversy came up, they were walking off, they couldn't have known it. When he knew they made a change, but to tell you that Elohim made a change, he was going to go with the counsel of the old men. That's why he said he forsook it. Because that's the way I was going to go. And nobody knew why he forsook it. Because Yahuwah said, this change was from me. Because I gave a man my word that he was going to get 10 of them. And had Yasharal stayed there and submitted themselves, then that would have made me a liar. So I kept my word with Daoud, I kept my word with Shalomah, and I kept my word to Jeroboam. And I let you know that what happened with Yasharal was that they were ignorant. They didn't know. This is now all that is to make us. I don't know why I don't know why I keep staying with that 10th chapter of the book of Romans. I appreciate it. As he said, this thing from me. It's to let us know and consider. And I honestly palau to him about things because I don't want to not know and it be a detriment. Something like that is critical. This was critical. This is based on people's lives, them not knowing. So when people say, well, I mean, you know, a critic, yeah, I mean, you ain't got, I mean, he don't expect you to know everything. It's critical because now you got to look at that. What transpired for them after that? A lot of things happened. They wound up falling away and serving other Elohims. These people went off and got out of the way. People moved for years. And now here we are in a situation where our fathers, our Abba fathers, have had this and lost it, recovered and lost it. Long period of time we gone now without it. And now he bringing us back into sitting down and say, consider. Consider how people that could be called by my Shem could get off. And I used them for the sake of them falling away to fulfill and to keep my debar to somebody else. What he intended to do, he's going to do. It doesn't matter what you try to anticipate in yourself to do. It's to all our benefit to really sit down and take inventory of self and just make sure we get this thing right. No doubt, you know, it works out for the way, but it ain't for everybody to recover. Just like when he brought all Yasharal out, he left people in the Bamart bar for 40 years. He said they saw my works. He said because they wanted to mind me for 40 years struggle. I lived 54 years. I can't afford 40 years to be around here going around bound. How many of y'all got 40 years you can wait to kind of go around it? And that's to come up with nothing. That's to come up with nothing for 40 years. And then to find out at the end of it, I was grieved with you. But he told them that. But it wasn't nothing they didn't know. He told them. In the book of Bamotbar, that's the book in the wilderness that was about. He told them about this. Should be, I don't know, the 14th chapter, I think it was. He said none of them. He said none of these people going to do it. He said not one of them going to enter into it. So he left them it's the 13th chapter. He left them there to struggle and go, and he let them know about it. Because they said surely he don't do nothing except he make it cause he revealed it to them that you're going to say him 40 years. And everybody think, maybe he forgot, maybe. It looked like I'm starting like I could see. You couldn't see because I told you how long you're going to be here. 40 years, and you're going to see my work. And let you know I will agree with you. And I was in my wrath, and I shouted that you'll never enter into the Mount Cool. Don't you know we can't afford to be a people, to be sitting here and that man say, I want y'all to go this long and struggle out, and you ain't going to get in. It's just like, really, why keep going? It ain't going to get in. But put in your mind, keep trying. You're not getting in. Then he shortened time for some others. 40 days, he told them he's going to destroy Nineveh. 40 days. That man made everybody fast, even the animals and babies. Don't breastfeed nothing. Don't give them no animal nothing. Elohim repented. What do you do with Elohim like that? I can hold something against you, my kid, for 40 years. Nineveh repented before 40 days, and he spared the city. What you do with Elohim, and guess what happened? I don't go along with it because you'll be ignorant of his Sadat, and you'll go and try to establish your own. They ain't getting no better when they broke out. It ain't like they went out and they started serving him. Them people went out and they built two, and they put the one in Dan. Dan means judgment. Judge. They judged and put a golden calf there. That's what you came up with. That was your Sadiq. That's what they said. And they put the other in the house of Elohim. So we got one in the house of Elohim, we got one where we judge at. How are we going to come up with salvation with this? And you ain't going to be told. He said this thing was kata. He said this thing was sin. This was sin. How many of y'all not familiar when they did this? Okay, good. Everybody know. You don't know? So everybody know when they did it? I said, Dr. Betty out her book. She shook her head. She said, yep, I got the book right here. That's what I'm talking about. So in saying that, and when we go back and we look at it, I mean, as bad as things might not be to your liking, as much as you might desire some things, these people would have took your situation knowing what you know now. They'll be glad to swap at you for your situation. Because everything we're getting to do is we're getting to go back over somebody else's mistakes. That's how we're doing. Like a coach, when he go over film, I made it hard. I can see I can't tell you what you done before that play. After the play over, I can tell you how you missed him. Because guess why? I can stop. Can we get ready to play? We on the line. We gotta go, stop. This real time moving. This real time moving. After we get through, we gonna get the film. All right, we're gonna play the film. So watch that right here. This right here missed the block. That's what happened. Everybody, because we going back over film that's already been done. So he already know what he's looking for. He's already looked at the film. He watched what we done. He going back over the film and see who missed. That's it. Who didn't cover? What happened covered? What happened? Everything. Then you can go back over and show people and see what you done wrong. That's all we doing. We going back over film. We going back over the game. Look at, wow, that's how they lost. Does it make sense to play the game the way they played it? That's all I'm saying. It don't make sense. And the fact he give us this opportunity. So sometimes now you look at when correction and thing comes, is it, so much he hates you or destroy you, or is you need to really just understand how he works? He got a purpose. You ain't the only person that got something to keep. He done told this man something he got to keep with him. So a lot of times we might look at things and always want things to go to our quote unquote favor, but Elohim has a plan. He said, and whom he chasing? Wow. So look at that. Let's get there. Had they stayed and took it. Only reason I'm chasing because I harbored you. And I scourge every one of them that I receive. So it's to your benefit. But then, you know what I would teach them as well? When they get out here and watch the failure and watch how they mess up and you come back and learn, when they go back over and realize this thing was an Elohim. Next time I'll be a little more slower to speak. Next time I'll be a little more slower to speak. I'll take my time and say, well, let's see what he got in store for me. Yeah, I mean, but they did what any one of us would have done. Probably one of us would have done, man, shut your mouth. You sound like a stupid fool. Say, yeah, down right there, I'm going to kill him today. I mean, we're getting to go back over other people's mistakes. Now we looking at their mistakes really benefited us. Benefited, I know not to do that. I know okay, let me start away because he's doing something. He said, this thing for me. So they gave him opportunity. Now you got to go back and look. He said, I didn't know that. Who won it? I said, I knew it from him. I never would have done it. I just wait to saw the outcome of it. But that's because we creatures of habit. We want him to talk to us direct so we'll know. But he wants us to come back and do something to everybody. They had the call came down and the sound came down on them. The voice that they called, it came down on them. They heard it. And they still got an error. So now is it just us hearing it or getting to a fact that it has to get down in the inner side or get to the inner parts of us where it get to the convicting part? There's something inside of us that we have a conviction part of us. And if the bar don't get there, you ain't gonna make no change. It ain't. There's no reason for you to stop lying, stop committing adultery, stop whoremongering, stop lusting, stop messing. Not until you get convicted. Okay, on the day of Ukak Shabur, when he said, now when they heard this, and said unto Cuff and to the rest of the Shalakim, yeah, that's right, they asked for it. They want to know that. They want to know what should we do, and then he said what? And do what? And be murdered. How many? Why didn't get a murder before he told them all that? I ain't know. I didn't. Why would I? Ain't no doubt somebody probably seen folk getting it, but I mean that's them. I mean whatever. That's what they believe. But after he talked with them, he explained to them. And guess what they realized? I feel bad. I feel bad. I didn't know that. I feel really bad. I want to get this thing right. Because the word hit somewhere deeper. See, it's going in the end and come back out. It got to get in here to register to the brain and get it to the heart, and then get a conviction to it and realize, I got to change. I got to make change. If you don't never get that, you ain't going to never get right. That's just being honest. You ain't going to ever get right. And you're going to do just like they did. You're going to go, like folks have left him, and establish their own. And it's because they won't submit. I don't like the way they do it. Wait and see how they work it out. Just like him, think about who won. Now, you know, how many of y'all like whipping when you got them? I'm going to whoop you harder than that. However, how many of y'all got a beat? I'm talking about a beat. How about, listen, that's going to look like they just tapped you on the hand with a leaf. How bad I'm going to beat you. Who finna stay here for that? Nobody. But then you start to learn this thing from him. If it's him and him operate, it got to work to mature. That's something to read. But he told it to him, he already knew. I know how y'all are. I know you're a people you won't take no correction. I know you're a people you're going to run from it. And you're going to allow me to fulfill what I'm going to do, and I'm going to show you. You should have waited. Okay. I'm just telling you, it's easy to get off now. You can be in and still be out. Okay? Yes, let's go at that 10th chapter. I'm trying to let y'all go. Because I say they gone on me. I don't want y'all to hold y'all too long. Or someone been gone. Don't worry about it. Just got paid Friday night. Party jumping. I know it. We got what we left off at 4. All we want to do is get understanding. That's all I want to do. I just want to understand it. Because I want to, if I understand it, I got it. I know what I got to do. But if I don't understand it, I don't know what I got to do. Then you're going to lead me to my own devices. And they're going to put you right back where we've been. You know what I'm saying? You're going to be off. All you got is a zeal. It ain't enough. Zeal just not enough. Because if zeal enough to say it, he said, they got it. You'll have it. You'll be folk. You use a name, you use it. You know what I'm saying? Carry you in, certain things, symbolism, them zeals. Where your knowledge? Knowing. That's a major difference. All right, this 10 and 4, we left out 10 and 4. Y'all get ready and get your money. I'm going to get out here early tonight. Maybe. I know they fuck. Come on. All right, I'm trying to get y'all for. Let's sit in. Come on.
For the end of the Torah is Mashiach unto Sadak to every one that among.
Mm-hmm.
For Mashiach.
Verse of conclusion. You can use end. But see, this is what we get. Hold on, Batman. Hold on. That was hold on. What you just read? 4, verse 4. 5, I'm sorry, no, 4. For the end, I'm sorry, 4. Over here, for the end of the Torah, for Sadiq to everyone that among, the Mashiach. Then for the end of the Torah is the Mashiach unto Sadiq to everyone that among. So this is what's right. That's the purpose of him coming. So when you see end of, that automatically put us to an end of having some mindset thinking, man, we ain't under the law. I'm glad Jesus came and died, got us from under the law. No, he delivered us with what we would call the curse of the Torah. And you ain't gonna believe it, only people look at it as a curse, the people can't do it. How many of y'all had a slinky? How many of y'all knew how to make that slinky walk? Slinky was stupid. What you conclude with me and the slinky? The stupidest thing I ever seen. It was stupid, it didn't make no sense. I do that thing, put that stupid thing, I just got and just throw it over. We get it, I was sick of it. I said the thing don't even work. And then, man, I had for that thing walk on that commercial, all I wanted to do to go, I ain't had no, and then what made me mad, we ain't had no step. I throwed it down some steps, I was like, cause on the commercial, the slink, and then the music, I want the music. I want the other little white kid, let that thing go down the step. The white kid, all the stuff work for the white kid. You know, they just walk all pretty, put on the floor. They ain't do all this too long. They put the thing, like they just lay on the ground, things just start. Slinky, a slinky. They told you it was fun, it was for boys and the girls. That's how they fool you, but anyway. So when people don't understand it, or they can't live up to the expectations of it, it looks stupid to them, it looks dumb, it looks futile, it looks like it really don't have a relevance. So they're glad that, quote unquote, Christ came and Christ did away with the law, which makes no sense. All he told you was he was the conclusion, which makes sense when he was on the tube before he moved. What did he say? It's complete. That's all he told, because he just told he was the conclusion. This is the conclusion. You ain't gonna believe what the book told you in the 13th chapter of the book of Kahalah. Hear the conclusion of the whole matter. You see that? What was you supposed to do? And guess what they did when they heard the Amar in the 20th chapter of Allah Shemut, they call exit. Guess what the people did when they heard it? You ain't gonna believe it, that was the conclusion. So you're supposed to hear the conclusion. That's why we're supposed to hear Yahushua. Hear the conclusion. Of what? Whole matter. This is what we did. We did it right here. And well, you know, go ask Yahudah about the great matter. That's all we're doing. That's all we're doing. Hear the conclusion of the whole matter. That's what we're supposed to do. Yara, Elohim. And what was this? This was his obligation. So why would he tell me that, and yet you tell me Christ done did away with it? That's a waste of time. If I'm gonna keep you finna get rid of it, it don't make sense. There has to be some symbolism. There has to be some type of knowledge to it, that it evolves to something. And it did. It was getting us to understand, because listen, their end was just, he tried to show them, when I let you break off, guess what they did? I let you do and handle for yourself, and you messed that up. You made a mess. You made a mess. Sometimes you gotta, sometimes I can't, oh, you know, I can do it, You say, you know what, go on out there and try it. Go on and try it. Man, let me tell you something. Ain't no way my mom could have been a better parent than me when I was a child. There's no way they could have been no better parent when I was a child. A child needs french fries for breakfast. Them folks are going there and cook some junk. They ain't for no kid. You need, man, I'll come on. If they were good parents like I would have been when I was a child, I'd have had Big Macs. Them fried up and Coca-Cola every day. They want to cook a meal and collard green as bad parenting. Terrible parenting. Go to sleep, you got to get up in the morning. No. Stay up till you get tired and fall asleep. Don't even worry about school. That's good parenting. Because you second until you get to a point you realize that's terrible. Just terrible. It's just terrible. Everything been sweet. Man, everything been sugared, syrup, and jelly. Messed up everything. Ice cream for dinner. You know, they got to do some sweet meal and then go eat some ice cream with it. Would have been dead. So as a child, when you're viewing and you make a decision, those are your decisions as a child. You get a little child, get one, say, go there and just get dressed. Why would they come out with you and say, where you going with that? They be looking at and take a picture and say, I want to show you your decision making. They were like, you let me. So I didn't let you do nothing. I want to show you that's how you rationalize stuff. Man, I had a picture one time, that picture gun. Man, I had that, you bought that thing, I had that tie. That thing was crooked. My head was so nappy. My teeth was, I was that picture. I said, you let me went to school, nigga, like that? I don't know why they should have took a picture I got the bus. They let you play, then holler. School picture, it like these folks live to make you like a fool. How many of y'all know? That picture was hard. Listen, this jacket was the most horrible jacket in the world. I don't know, you must have went to the most horrible jacket store in the world and bought it. It was a mustard-like color. Boy, I sure looked good. I looked so important on that thing, though. So as a child, back then, you thinking, man, my hair come, you saying, what the world? You let me out the house like this? Hey, y'all seen it? How many of y'all got pictures like that? You thinking, no, you should have came there and died and broke the camera. But yeah, I'm saying, but as a child, when you seen it, man, you was on point. And that's what he looked at with Yasharal. The only way to get Yasharal to see themselves, you need to go out there and try it for yourself. You need to get yourself out there. You need to hit a fall. You need to get to the end. Then you'll come back, you'll be more humble. You'll be more submissive too. Because a lot of times people won't while you're taking because you're not considering, because you're second guessing something. So second guessing look like, okay, I'm guessing behind the work versus if you actually see he does things in a way to where it makes everybody kind of consider where we at and how we do things. Look, you got to slow down and consider too. You can't just assume and you just can't take off to do. Because you could be out there on your own now. And it's good to keep that contact and keep that way and make sure I don't want to get too far. When I had a song one time, when you call, I don't want to go too far. I don't want to go too far. Isn't that right? And so we all work to make sure we're going back to look at things to make sure we got to understand it that we know. Because he said they didn't know. And not knowing hurt them badly. Hurt them to a point that still affected them. Yasharal been cast off all this time. So this ain't like something, like you can talk about the 400 years of Mizraim. It's been longer than 400 years since Yasharal been off. Yasharal been, Yahushua been gone longer than 400 years. And he told them don't go to nobody but Yasharal. And Yasharal still ain't recovered himself. Because you know what? Yasharal still in the state of, I know what I'm doing. I ain't stupid. I don't need nobody tell me everything. And that'll hurt you. And that's something that stubbornness will have. And so it's important for us to go back and we read and we see these things. We need to sometimes set ourselves in the state of considering that was me. Or that is me. I ain't gonna take no correction. I'm not gonna do it. Let me show you one I try to let you go. See that Saphaniah? See 3 and 1 right quick. They call it Zephaniah. Let's see what he said. How about that? Go ask Yehuda about this great matter. Man, when you gonna come out with one by yourself? He tell me he got, that man, he about how Rudy World had that one loop. He said, I got a beat, that thing kept loop. That thing just going back over, he let it play about 5 minutes. He thought that was a beat. I got to listen, he listened. He said, Rudy, this is a loop. A loop. He says, it's not changing, Rudy, it's just a loop. He said, I'm working on it. No, this is a loop. How long you been working in? He said, about 5 years. 5 years since you been on a loop? That's how it goes. Everybody jump out there in that arena. Well, I'm trying to make beats. Who in there trying to make beats now? You know what I mean? You think you working on making beats?
I used to make it.
Oh, you make beats? Hold on for a stop. Then we have a meeting about people doing stuff we don't know about. So you one of them. Why you ain't saying that? How many of y'all know that? Ken said he made beats. He said he been making beats. That's all I said. That's all I said about it. Yeah, somebody raised their hand up there.
I have the ability to.
Oh, he said I have the ability to. That's different now.
I haven't made it.
You ain't made it now. He said you know what you're doing. Yeah, he don't. Yeah, you tell what I'm doing. Next time, do you is it a dance that go with it? Make one with a dance. You not?
I'm trying to start back.
Yeah, why don't y'all? That's all that. Who do?
Jared, Kevin. Carrie, the woman in here.
He said in your head. You just stood up. You arguing back. I knew you were going to do something else, Karen. Karen broke straight out. No, I don't. He said, carry your head. Oh, y'all do it. Make up that check in your head before you go up there. Karen, I thought you weren't going to get no more check here. All right. What was that? Yeah, soften y'all through it. I thought I would ask y'all something else. So you gonna make some beat. Marsha Lee Jarrett, you told us you made beat? I know, he told you that? Oh, some of them knew that. Okay. He's trying to clear it up. He said, I'm so glad them brother pulled me out right there. I saw it looking at him thinking, no, I ain't tell. Oh yeah, Pastor Dexter. Yeah, Minister Dexter, he got to work back up. He got to get the apostleship back. Ivan made beat. Now, where's Ivan at? Do you know Ivan made beat? She said he learning. He learning. Yeah, he learning. Ivan made beat. Ivan, you made beat. He made the dadas. All right, let's see there. This soften y'all 3 and 1. Listen there. Listen.
Alas, the glorious and ransom city, the dove shama not to the coal.
You hear that? This is what she did.
She received not correction.
Whoa, what she do?
She trusted not in Yahuwah.
This is what she did.
And she drew not near to her Elohim.
Hands. Tell me what you done connected. Hands. All right, just in thinking. What y'all do, y'all put it in there. It's something that'll make sense. And y'all know it. I want in the text thread. Think about it. This is what she did. The dove. Listen to what she did. The dove hearkened not to the voice. They don't call it that. They don't call it the voice. It said she obeyed not. It said the dove hearkened not to the call, the sound. She received not correction. She trusted not in the Yahuwah. And she drew not near to her Elohim. Hands. No, I want a hand, but I want a thread. That way I can. Oh, you ain't got your own? Oh, okay. Who gonna put it in there? That's tight. Princess got it in there?
I don't know.
That look tight. She said, I know more than all these niggas. You put yours in that hump? 2 ounces. That's what I'm talking about. How many ounces y'all think I want in there? What you think he gonna say? That's the one I put in there. So I know that slick stuff. I need 1 ounce. Based on what y'all been taught. Listen, and y'all been taught it. Ryan, you thinking? You gonna put an ounce in there? Now we're gonna look at the teams on that too now. What team they're on too is gonna have the winning. You put an ounce in there? Oh, you know what she do. What the nitty gonna do when I get she say? Kier? Oh, they got an ounce in there? That's what I don't like. Don't be going trying to pick nobody. You know what they looking at? Oh, they pretty much know. They be talking about, let me put the same thing in there. How many of y'all dirty like that? Oh, thank you. I had to say he like that. Yeah, I'm like that. See, he honest. So y'all put answers in there? People put answers in there? How many people answer? 6. 6 some answer. It's tight. 7. Okay, still going. Y'all through answering? I know at home got, Raj, you put an answer now? Did you put one on any of them? You thinking? Thinking, that's what I'm saying. Pastor Eric, you been putting an answer now? Your team needs you. But you putting an answer before I give them an answer. Oh, you put one? That's how you do it. That way you can't be wrong. I hope you ain't fake text and say, once he get it, I'm going to say that's the answer.
No, I mean, I'm the answer.
Oh, have you answered?
No.
So you read the answer, by you reading the answer, okay. Canada? No, let's see what he got. Okay, y'all hear what he said? Who put that in there? I'm asking everybody through typing. Let's see. He said he thought Vashti. Y'all remember Vashti? How many don't remember Vashti? When the Malak, Artaxerxes, he called her for. Which one is it? No, he said, let it. So that could be an answer now. I said, that's a good one. No, well, I don't think it's more or less a person. It's not a person. I tell you that it's not a person. It was just something y'all should have picked up, and it makes sense. Okay? Based off of this, I'm just saying, you put it all together. Hearken not to the call. She received not correction. She did not trust not in Yahuwah, and she drew not near to her Elohim. You typing the answer now? I'm just checking. Chanel told all y'all wrong. This is the right answer. All right, y'all ready? Yeah. Let's talk for a minute. 95. Yehukanan, 644. It ties in what she did over there too. But I just want y'all to pick up, it just makes sense for someone when you look at what she did. Listen, 6 and 44. Listen what he told you.
No east can come to me.
Except what happened?
The Abba, which hath sent me, draw him.
So he said that she drew not to her Elohim. So why didn't she come? All right, he didn't draw because they didn't trust her. That man should come. I just meet you on the street. You ask me, can you hold my wallet? You stupid? Why would I give you my wallet? I don't even know you. So it all makes sense. This is what he's trying to tell you. No east can come to me except the Abba which sent me, drawn. Then I comb them up in the last unit. Listen what happened.
It is Katab in the Nabaim.
See that? It's written in the Nabaim. Then what happened? Oh, well.
And they shall all be Lamed of Elohim.
See that? Shown, taught, and instructed. How can you come? You don't even know. They didn't know. Why would I trust you if I don't know you? It makes no sense to trust. How many of y'all go on the street trusting strangers? Why you don't trust them? He just told you they wouldn't drive. I don't know you. Why would I come? It don't make sense. I'm not gonna come. I don't know you. I don't trust you. So when you start looking at what she did, why would it, who gonna let somebody on the street come in? I know you don't know me, but just trust me. I'm finna correct you for your own good. You're like, you don't get out my effing face. What you talking about? You better put I don't know you. You can try to explain to me. Listen, I know you don't know me, but you need to trust me like they did in the Bible. What you finna do is get shot. Because I don't know you. Unless you can identify yourself, unless you can say things that I'm familiar with, you know what I'm saying? And give a speech that I understand, then you can't expect me to do what you told me. Hello? So when you start looking at them, these are the things we have to look at. So he dealt with her as a feminine. He looked at all these things you start looking at, Yasharal. All this came down, he told you. When you look at these people right here, these people here known. Look what he told you right quick, Yeshayahu. And I'm trying to let y'all go. Yeshayahu, see if there's 1 and 1. They call Isaiah. Yeshayahu 1 and 1. Listen what he told you. Listen.
The Kazum which Yeshayahu, the ben of Amuz saw, which he saw against Yehuda and against Jerusalem.
He was the son of burden. Y'all hear that? Listen, hold on a second. Now he tell you, amazing, he's identifying, this is the Kazum, this is the vision that Yeshayahu saw. All right? This is what he saw. And forever he wanted to let you know he was the son of a moose. A moose means burden, burdensome. You remember when they came to Rehoboam? You remember what he told them he was going to do? He was going to make their burdens heavy. Y'all remember he told them that? He said, I'm going to make your burdens even heavier. And you know what they did? What did they do? They walked no. You ain't going to believe what Yahushua said when he came. He said, my burdens are light. Who you think we're going to attract to him? People had heavy burdens. See, when they came to Rehoboam, the ben of Solomon, who was the ben of Daud, they knew that Daud was supposed to have a ben who was supposed to lighten the load for him. This is how they're going to identify him. See, my burdens are easy. He said, my burden light. My yoke is easy. He told me, the yoke I'm going to put in going to be so hard. Your burden's going to be I'm going to overlay you. He said, see, but with me, my yoke is easy and my burden's light. This was designed to draw Yasharal. That's why we're in the condition we're in. You listen because you think you're okay. You don't realize what condition they was in. He was sent to heal them. That's what he came to do. They were broken heart. What you think? You came here thinking, man, I'm so glad that bastard dead, man. I mean, but how you look. If somebody hurt you, somebody was affecting you. I mean, I'm glad the bastard dead. I'm glad. And now I'm looking for things to get better. And you come find out, no, it's getting worse. So now he come on the scene and say, listen, my yoke is easy, my burden is light. That's what I want to hear. I've been out here doing things my own way, and I saw it don't work out. This the man I've been looking for. So when people saw him, they saw that man years ago, how you to sell, I'm telling you, I used to lie about having gas so I could get an Alka-Seltzer and Rolade. In the 70s, them the commercial. They put that thing fall in that water. That glass, that thing, shh. I was like, hey, I need an Alka-Seltzer. Call mom to get it. That's like grown folk stuff. You get to see it bubbling, you like. And then wrote, how do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D. That's how I understand it. They would wrote them folk be working on the street. Oh, they be hurt. They be like, man, you need what? They be like, I need a Rolade. How do you spell relief? R-O-L-A-I-D-S. You like, man, I got gas. I need a Rolade. And I want to think, because I mean, they sold you on it. Because they will show you people who been in these situations where they feel so sick, they be down, cold, fumbling 44, night quit. They always go to the medicine cabinet. Oh, what's wrong, honey? I need some. And they take NyQuil. Then they lay in the bed and sleep like this. And you're like, wow, take night and sleep. You're like, man, I got a cold. I need some NyQuil. I mean, it because you looked at it was all the stuff they would say you were to relieve you. You got what I'm saying? And so people looked at Yahushua coming to see, I've been looking for this. I've been looking. It's been hard on me. It's been hard pressed. You know what I'm saying? I've been on the outside. You know what I'm saying? I had known, and this is why it makes sense when he came down, he was teaching people. He was learning. He knew this has been your problem. You just hadn't known. You'd be surprised how much information changed people's behavior. This is the thing he using, not only to draw those of us, whether you are by nature, Yasharal, but to draw us from the Rockney part of it. Because once we all taught, we all going to come in, we're going to acknowledge this the same thing. We're going to acknowledge the same thing. He realized that everybody going to speak the same thing. That there was going to be no division among us. There was a division among us. Why y'all think one Matah stayed? Right. It was a division. Right. Why Yehuda didn't walk off? Yehuda saw that, man, just like they saw it just like when you know what they did? They saw it just like Covenant, they said, where shall we go? You know, Yahushua said stuff. He had 84 Talmudim with him. So you know who he was symbolism? To who? Who? Go put a check up for him. Rehoboam. What did you talk? Get in line with him. Come. My brother Jacob, come. My brother Jacob, come. Woo, buddy. Ron had a good time. He'd have ran them jokers off. I mean, y'all get in the line and push your name. They was in the spirit, brother. Like you said, Roham, when you backed off of it. Think about this, though. We didn't look at it that way. When Rehoboam, when Yahushua taught to them, he had 84 Talmudim, okay? 72 of them walked off. He looked at Covenant, he asked them where they going to go. They said, where shall we go? So you had the debar of along Cain. They looked at, you had the word of eternal life, which let me understand why Yehuda stayed. Think of why they didn't walk off. If they walked out, they should have walked out too. But they looked at where we going. This is our Cain. So you can get where there has to be some in your law. And that's what we're trying to obtain. We want to get that thing in our law to where that we don't make no offense against the man. That's how I want to be where it's not an offense. Y'all got it? That's all we're trying to do. That's all Ma'al is just we talk about the Kataim and the Ma'al. The Ma'al is an offense. Y'all got like something people say, that's offensive to me. Yahuwah got thing, he said, that's offensive. Y'all got it? Something he look at, he said, you missed the mark. And we're trying to get to where I don't want to offend him and I don't want to miss the mark he established for us. And the only way to get there to make sure we taught, but in being taught, we got to understand the people that came before him. These people here, they're symbolism for us. Symbolism on people that kept a relationship with him to watch and people that violated a relationship. That's what we're trying to do. We're not trying to be the people that violate the relationship. Although those people didn't have a complete understanding of Yahushua being here on the scene, it's the fact that now we're getting to go back and look at why you didn't stay, why you couldn't do it. It wasn't you were stupid, you just hard. It's the same way I am. I just didn't know. A lot of stuff we just didn't know. There's a lot of stuff man, them people so stupid. Man, I've been better. You'd have did even worse than them. Because now we start looking at this whole thing is determined by him that he give you favor. You know, people don't really think that by having favor. It gives you an advantage. When he asks you what advantage does the Yahudi, he said in every way. Because anybody want to make sure know it's going to be them. They're the only people that if something happened to them, even if it's bad, I'm going to make it work out for their too. Look at Yosef. Everything happened to him was bad. Look how it worked out for it too. Isn't that right? They either have a song, I can't lose for the stuff I use. They couldn't lose. Even without correction, it's going to work out for our too. Isn't that right? If we have our mind set on what we actually here for, make sure we get it right. Make sure we get understanding. I don't want to run and get, because I'm telling you what happens, you can run and go so far and have your own way that when the correction comes to put you in the right path, you're too far in the way you've been going. You can't change now. You out there. I'm telling you, it happened. Pride. He said it'll come just before a fall. So there's so many things like walking in humility. For me, every one of us, it's just things you have to change. But they put the word, I just put them down like that. That's what I got to do. Because I don't want people to think, that's the focus of what we're doing. The focus of what we're doing, make sure we get this thing right. Nobody need to lose. At the end of the day, everybody need to get it. We need to lock down low and get this thing right above all. Anything we find out we become contrary, let's just move away from it. Ain't no steeping, struggling. We done did all that stuff. I'll put on the line, your life on the line. Don't y'all know they came out there, even with Nakum Yah, he made them people attach their life to it. Them folks had to put themselves on a vow. That they moved away, that's the only way they were going to keep it. They had to make them a vow that they moved away from it, that everyone would be cut off. Now you're doing this not cut off, like a little bit cut off. Now I'm finna get, them folks couldn't do that. What came out of their mouth? He told you to so say and do. You can't, that stuff we be pulling now, that, I'm going to remake and I'm going to try to, this time I'm finna try to get, he don't understand stuff like that. Those people were supposed to walk in and that's it. Without failure, without fault, that's it. Even came out the stuff that we'll do, they be like, like he told us, even you look at now, you think about this. I would say that we have a better understanding of things than they would have had simply because we have more writings after a lot of those people came, okay? But with that being said, I could put you on enough stress that you could deny it. Even me, I could do it. They didn't. Some of them people refused to have their dead raised up. They had offers of, I could raise them back up if you would stop believing you wouldn't do it. They wouldn't do it. There were people that were tortured. If I went and set something on fire, a room, I'm talking about burning hot, and I told you I'm going to throw in that room, you ain't denying. You finna deny. I am too. We're not finna do it. You can play that stuff you want to. That flame start blooming through there and coming at you, you finna say, I've been stopped believing. I just, man, people can play them game they want to. Let me tell you, that's all your talk. Go home and do that. Go home, cut that stove high. Do that right here for 20 seconds. And come talk to me in the morning, show me that thing melted all up there in their hand. And I'm going to say, yeah, I know you still ain't going to do that, but just go ahead and try it. You ain't doing it. It's so much, it ain't so much you can take. But, we read a book. Them people had less understanding. Y'all know them people refused. They were tortured. They were cut asunder. Those people refused to do it. He took 3 Opry young men, and he put them in a fire. They didn't know. They said, listen, if he don't deliver, you think I'm finna say that before you throw me in the room? If he don't deliver, he better. That's the people we are, creatures that we are. We limited. We're very limited because we don't actually literally see him. We're basing our stuff off of other sources, based off patterns of behavior, based off connections. You see what I'm saying? We had to put things together. With these people, they had conversation. Somebody comes straight from him saying, thus say. They had no other interpretation. It's straight, direct. They had contact to sign him. Okay, they had him. They want to buck up against me. The whole room opened up and swallow him down. What these folks said? Yeah, I still got some doubts about this thing. Man, these folks here are true worshipers. You see the rocks open up and swallow some folks up? I ain't with them niggas. I don't know none of them. What you do, you see the outright open up and swallow them folks up and close back up. We good. I'm toting the toy around everywhere I go. That was scary. You think about what that do for you? You like, this thing just open up and swallow them people. Are you serious? What you got to do? So you got to look at these people and what they've gone through and what they suffer in captivity. There were some people that were refusing to move. They weren't moving. Listen, no matter what you're doing, they weren't giving up. They weren't quit. Now, he done told her they're going to get so tight on her. He said if he ain't cut the time short, he said nobody could be saved. How bad they going to get? I mean, if you really going, you can go in a fiery furnace and don't quit. And you tell me it's going to get so bad on me that if he don't cut it short, ain't nobody going to be saved. It can get worse than that. Okay. Y'all tell you how y'all want to do it. But you're going to fall away. A lot of people going to fall away. That's why I got to get an understanding. I just need to know where I need to be. I'm one of the people. I just need to know where I need to be. Y'all got it? Because we're going to get back. That's all I need to put in your mind where you need to be. And a lot of times people don't. One thing, God ain't going to let you, that's Christian talk, shut your mouth. He ain't going to let that man went up in that tooth and died all day long. That was it. Now, don't be no fool. A lot of Sadiq people died. Horrible, cruel death. He said he had cruel markings. They had tried the whole 9. No weapon formed to get my people prosper. Not us as a whole, but you one person, you ain't the people. So you start quoting stuff, you better know what you're talking about now. He said, against my people, not as a whole, individually, take you down. See, people be quoting stuff, I just be the white, they don't know what they're talking about. You run in the spirit of Jesus. Straight arrow. Man, these folks will throw everything in the kitchen sink at you. Stop it. You just got to know where you need to be. Y'all got it? If you don't set your mind to be there, you're going to miss out. Y'all got it? All right. That's two. Appreciate it. Oh, appreciate it. Appreciate that. All right. Maybe he'll let us look at it again tomorrow and finish up. Appreciate y'all. Hold on. Hold on. Last answer. Oh, yeah. I said one person. I told them 6 and 44. They were written in the Nabin. They shall all be taught. Every man therefore that heard and learned. Because they said they heard, they obeyed not the voice. He said every man therefore that had heard and learned of him, that's who come to him. Which means that's the people? No, I was saying, what I was trying to say was based off of, hearing what it said, what conclusion could we come up with them? Because he said they obeyed not the voice, they hearkened not to the sound, to the call, and they drew not to Elohim. Yasharal. Who I got it right? Hold on a minute. No, the answer was that they were been taught of him. See, that's what we learning now. Why this is what we learning too. Why so much error? Because people ain't been taught. They just didn't know. That's all. People just didn't know. Just like us, we trying to learn. Hold on, he don't raise it. See that Kashi? You wrote it Kashi when he raised it. He said, man, this ain't nothing. Huh. We'll put it back on. Gonna get Kasha 2 checks. You ready? Yeah, we appreciate it. All right, y'all get ready to stand. Give Mr. Who a hand clap. Because he worthy, ain't he? Appreciate it. All right, we're going to get one for Shaquille. One for Shaquille! Shaquille! Woo! It's coming out now, man. The way she do them announcements, man, they showing up.
It's Shanika.
Oh, okay. All right, time. Our Father.
Everybody sitting there,
And we send it back to them. Appreciate all of them, Harvey. Deuce. Come on, we're going to go get some help. Come on. You ready? Let me put this in. Come on. Go on, close up and put it up for her. Thank you, sir. Good job. I appreciate Mr. Yahuwah. Isn't that right? All right. All ops clear. Come on, ready. Kadash Abba, separated Father, I do again thanks for allowing us to be here, for your Dabarim, your words, for the Zabak, the Kum, the Dam of Yahushua HaMashiach, which is your being, your salvation, the anointed one for this opportunity. Be able to Yakaplan, your Shem, Le, Kabud, and Kabad, be your Shamim, your Sabut, which is your height expansion where you dwell, your armies. Baraka, Jerusalem, the city foundation, Shalom. Barak us with your pioneer, your face, and let it oil upon us. Let your pioneer, your face, be our encampment and our protection, be a fence around us. Baraka us, which will bestow a benefit or gift upon us according to that which you Shabbat to Abraham, Yatsakak, Jacob, the Yahudim, to Yasharal, their Tuledoth, even to us and our Tuledoth, which are our generations, and their Tuledoth, to establish us all in the Amat. Make us of the Kodashim, the separated one. Make us Talmim, complete. Make us join us with the Mashiach, which is the anointed one. Baraka, your Shalakim, your sent ones, your Malaki, which are your messengers, and your Ra'ah, your shepherds. Mashiach, the Pa, which is anointed mouth, that we might speak the Bar, your words, so eloquent to the ear, to the hearing, that it'll prick the lob, the heart, that it might be a conviction that might turn us all back to you before Salam too late. How I do for reconciliation, how I do for repentance, how I do for acknowledging and being able to shama your call, which is hear your sound. Be a baraka to those that are dispersed and scattered behind prison walls and war-stricken countries, those bereaved, those we commit you in leadership and authority, that you will baraka them to execute your will. Baraka those we commit to you that are sick and afflicted and going through, those that asked us to plow for them and with them, that are going through troublous times and situations beyond their control and circumstance, and be with those that are going through the tribulation. Without you, we are nothing. We confess that we've gone wrong and fallen short of your kabod. We confess that we willfully have gone against you as well as ignorant. But how do for allowing us to be able to admit, confess, that we might make Sadiq with you before Salam too late. Seal us with the Ruach HaKadosh. Grant us understanding. Enlighten us, that be taught and shown, identify you, and we've done all we can do here on this side. We allow for Beth in your Lam Malkuth. Also be a baraka to the out-of-towners and those gone astray and taken from us, and continue to be a healer of those locally afflicted among us, and how I do for recovering Uncle Ted and where there's so many others that you recovered and given back to us. In the Shem of Yahushua HaMashiach we palau. Let us all say, Amen.
What?
Come home! Come home! A hobby. All right, only the ones can sing, please. If you can't sing, don't come. Please don't come. You're just going to mess us up.
Papa, how about the I had dinosaurs. How about big dinosaur is got big Spider-Man.
Oh, he gobbled up Spider-Man.
So tomorrow we're gonna be
Team View the Future. Uh-oh.
So we're gonna come back.
Oh, we're going to knock him out.
I'm working on making a beef to try.
Oh, yeah. Oh, okay.
I
All right.
I can be about it.
Oh, okay. Y'all ready? Come on, Will.
He's coming.
Oh, no, we don't want him.
Stop.
Come on here, y'all, so we can sing. We don't want him on here. He's terrible. No, I seen you, man, with your old man clothes on. I seen you. All right, y'all, our enemy here. Let's make sure we point him. Don't knock him out yet. Let me knock him out.
Okay.
All right, y'all ready?
This is who's gonna say this in your judgment.
Thank you. Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, hit it. Ra'ahab the little children. Oh, all the children of the congregation. Oh, red and yellow, black and white, they are precious in His sight. Ra'ahab the little children of the congregation. Woo! Come home, come home. Ahab, you. Give me a hug.